Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Operation Torch Crocodile Rock. Thank you for joining us as we continue following the exploits of Festima's Fighting First, America's first military unit comprised entirely of monsters. I'm Alexander Thomas, and as always, I will be your humble game master. If this is your first stream with us, welcome to Titan City. Titan City is the setting of my novel series, The Titan City Chronicles. It's a golden age superhero meets film noir meets urban fantasy setting where costume crime fighters are just as likely to tangle with supervillains as they are monsters from mythology. Tonight, we will be playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, the world's greatest superhero RPG, developed by the fine folks over at Green Ronin Publishing. We have a questionable group of heroes gathered tonight. Say buongiorno, heroes.
Buongiorno, heroes.
Buongiorno.
Rude to call us
I'm
questionable.
hurt by that. Yeah. What was that?
Look, it's questionable just because what you guys did to that poor guy and all those
Questionable.
people you ate and all those people
War,
you...
war is hell. Okay.
Yeah.
You ate, I ate.
Yeah, really. I was
War
gonna
never
say,
changes.
don't put all the hate on all of us just because of one bad egg.
Yeah.
Look, all right, the rest of that idiom is the whole carton of eggs gets ruined.
Trying to give away my kill streak. I'm gonna get this Apache helicopter in a second.
If you want to know more, if you guys want to know more about them, please head over to our social media pages or ask them on our Discord channel. I'm sure they will defend themselves violently to you.
Honestly, I probably agree with you.
I'm guilty of all my sins.
Needless to say, they are all wonderful, especially when they are willing to end on such a cliffhanger like last week. Fen, you are another one of our new additions, and you weren't here at the beginning of last week. So do you want to take a couple minutes to just introduce yourself and say what you're all about?
I'm on the wrong mod view. Oh, please. I'm changing my mod views. No, hi, I'm Fen. I wasn't here at the beginning of last week because my schedules were all fucked, and they're still fucked, but they're less fucked. Hi, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a great night. I'm Fentuccini. I go by Fen on most internets, and you can find me there and I do a lot, and it's just easier just to keep off the air. Just go look at Twitter. I was on a stream earlier today. It's been a ride.
Sounds like a ride.
But yeah.
Awesome. So without further ado, I say let's go ahead and get started. Last week, we joined Festima's Fighting First aboard the USS Augusta as they prepared to participate in the liberation of North Africa. They received a mission to silence a group of coastal batteries on the beaches of Fadala and neutralize an Italian paranormal asset known as Legionis. The group were also assigned a handy-dandy army photographer named Winnie by their handler Preston Harrison. After their intelligence briefing, the group made their way ashore and easily dismantled the first battery before moving on to the second location. There, they came into contact with Legionis and began an epic battle, one that they are still in the grips of when we rejoin them tonight. Oh, and their poor, poor desert Goliath Hobbs has found himself swayed to the cause of Rome. We actually start with his
Swayed
turn.
is a rough term.
Joel? Coerced?
Misguided.
So, Hobbs, it is your turn. Whatever you want to do, my friend.
Okay. I'm with the rage in my eyes and the mind control in my brain. I'm gonna say, get out, all you intruders. Leave my lands. And I would like to power stunt.
Uh-oh.
My earthquake power. And I want to basically turn this whole station into like a big lion ant sand pit. Just with my big crocodile jaws in the middle.
So Hobbs wants to turn himself into a Sarlacc pit. Let's see here. So I believe your earthquake is traditionally a 30-foot radius. You can power stunt it to increase the rank of that by 1 rank, so that would move out to 60 feet. So let me map out this circle real quick. I wish there was a way to do this as a circle. I bet there is.
You can put a.
You can draw.
You can put an. Yeah, I was gonna say you could put an effect down and give it a 60-foot radius and center it on Hobbs.
Yeah, I wanted to see who needed to make saves.
Everybody but me. And Mer, because she's flying.
Facts.
Facts. Light.
All of the facts.
Well, I think you're just in it, Andy.
Oh, darn. Yep.
Oh.
Depends
So-
on where you have it centered.
Yeah, where's the center of Hobbs?
My chunky body.
I'm gonna do it from the name.
That's the bottom of the name.
Joker.
That's the top of the name.
All right, I'll let you be out of it. You can be out of it.
Yay!
All right, so everybody but this tank, this Trace, and this Myrrh needs to make a dodge save for me.
Oh boy.
And it begins.
Brian, will you please go ahead and just click on your earthquake power so I can... Oh, beat me to it.
All right.
My small and nimble body got a 28 to avoid the earth itself.
You know what's most metal about this? I'll tell you guys in a second what the most metal part about this is. The ghosts aren't going to have to worry about that. They're flying too.
Ugh.
They only pretend to walk.
Was that the metal part?
No, that's not the metal part.
Uh-oh.
You can't stop the metal.
So they're both showing up under my name, but Private Winnie has a much lower dodge bonus. He's got a 12. I've got a 28.
Oh no, our photographer.
Awesome.
I hope you're satisfied now.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have given Winnie to Kevin. He can't roll.
Oh.
Okay, cool. So, everybody who rolled over a 20, I need a second dodge save versus a 15. Everybody who rolled under a 20, I need another dodge save versus a 20.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna spend one of my them there hero points because that I ain't having no ones right now.
Woof.
Oof.
Good thing I got this stockpile going.
All right. I got a 23 on Mark.
So Mark is A-okay. The earthquake happens, and Mark is able to basically leap up out of the collapsing sand.
What is it doing?
Like that, Alex?
It's even bigger
So
than that.
when he got a 22, he needed a what?
A 20.
Okay, so of course he's doing fine. And I spent a hero
Well, that's a
point,
big boy circle.
and my hero point lands me at 27.
Perfect. 27, you're A-okay. Winnie's A-okay. The circle is whack. Okay, here we go. That's a close approximation of the circle.
Wow.
Cool. So, Legionis is A-okay. He rolled a natural 20 to get a 32. Leon, it looks like you got a 19. Did you pass the initial dodge? No.
Nope.
So you are...
I'm also on top of a building if that matters, but
The building is also in the hole with you.
okay, cool.
You are dazed and vulnerable. So basically your dodge and parry are cut in half, and you're limited to a standard or a move action next round, not both.
Nice.
The
Um,
building also failed its dodge save.
Yeah, all those
As
buildings.
As most
failed the
buildings do.
dodge save.
Yeah.
They hate making dodge saves. All these minions are, because they're minions, they're just out of the fight.
They
So
all just
after I start X and everything here, it looks like Winnie and Hal are both okay. So
Ooh, nice.
please describe what happens, Brian, as I take these guys out of the equation.
So I roar into the desert sky to run, to leave my homelands, and Hobbs just starts vibrating viciously and starts sinking into the ground. And he's just chomping on all the buildings that are falling into the pit and all the screaming minions.
Oh no. And the
Wow.
tank is stunned and prone until it can overcome that effect.
That's loose sand right there.
Just curious, how's the tank fall prone?
It's in the hole.
Oh, okay.
It's not on its back, but it's like down in the hole trying to.
Mhm.
Firing the gun is a bad idea.
Yeah. It's a little weird. It's a
I'll
little
fight
wonky.
the tank. Tank
I'll-
doesn't have to be stunned or prone.
I'll eat the tank.
It can be vulnerable.
It failed its dodge save by a lot, so it is stunned and prone.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get that it doesn't make sense for something that's already flat on the ground to be prone, but it is at a lower elevation than it is expected to be. That is my answer to that question.
It's not.
But one side effect of all of these buildings coming down and Hobbs burying himself down into the sand is the big road of onyx skulls that Legionis covered 500-foot radius, and all of these skulls come tumbling down into the hole, into Hobbs's mouth.
I'm gonna eat him.
That's liable to give you indigestion.
It's pretty metal.
Tastes like Roman bastards to me.
Ow.
Awesome. Cool, Hobbs. Cool.
Hey, I don't care. They're on their high horse after Alexander the All-Right did all that stuff.
He's Greek.
Yeah, well, technically Macedonian.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Yeah.
Hellenic, whatever.
Hobbs doesn't read.
Nope.
All right, so Hobbs is down on the ground. A big earthquake just happened. Trace, what are you doing?
All right. Well, Trace has a crazy idea. Let me see if I can do this. All right. 55 feet out from Legionis. From Legionis out, back over towards Mers, another 70 feet. So I can definitely do that with my movement. All right. Alex, tell me if this is doable. What I'd like to do.
My favorite question is the DM.
I know. I would like to spend a hero point for multi-attack. I would like to move in, attack both Legionis' standard and the square that Legionis is in with my corrosion power, and then continue moving.
Mm.
And come into the pit.
Oh no, I snake right over the pit.
Slither.
Yep.
So is your intention to knock him prone by melting the ground underneath him, or are you trying to set the blasting cap?
I'm trying to set the blasting cap, yes.
Okay. I will say you don't need to spend a hero point to do that. He'll get caught in the blast of the standard.
That's if I hit the standard. The reason why I wanted to spend the multi-attack was to hit the square too, in case I did not hit the standard.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds good. We can do that.
Okay, cool. Then I will go ahead and spend my hero point for that, for the multi-attack. Hero point spent. Trace will slither up, make two touch attacks basically with her corrosion. One for Legionis, one for the ground underneath Legionis. Ah, wow, I crit. So that would be it's a 30 on Legionis for DC. Does that go up by 5 for a
It does
weekend?
go up by 5, yep.
So that's a 30. And then the ground underneath Legionis gets 27 versus DC 25. And
What's the toughness of broken sand and dirt and rock?
I don't know. Probably not anywhere near that. And I move all the way across the map back over to Mur. I look up and I just kind of go, fire in the hole?
Her tail is wagging so fast right now.
All right, so Legionis, the standard's going to roll a toughness save. Actually, the standard is not going to roll a toughness save. I'm going to deal you a hero point because I
Get
paid
back.
for indestructible on the standard.
Haha.
So I don't get to blow it up, but the corrosion effect is on there, which means the blasting cap goes off next round, correct?
Yes, it sure does.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so it won't be melted or destroyed, but it will still explode on
It will still explode on him.
I'm gonna say he gets hit by that effect twice since it's on the ground and it's on him.
Okay.
Unless he moves off of the ground space.
Then it only hits him once, but still.
Please describe what that looks like as you sail
Right.
across town and
Yep.
do
So
your bit.
So Trace kind of slaps her hands together, rubs her palms, goes, oh God, this looks like a bad idea. She slithers through the streets, gaining speed as she does. When she reaches Legiona, she looks over at Hal and says, "Sir, you might want to move." She reaches out, she touches both the ground underneath Legionis and his standard, kind of spins over, and then just keeps careening off into the desert on the other side over by Myrrh.
She's so fast.
That's right.
So fast. Awesome. He just looks down at you with disdain as you grab his standard. Just the gall it takes to grab his standard. He gives you an old Roman pearl clutching look.
I mean, I already did it. I tried to do it last time and it didn't work. This time, you know what?
Got it.
It works.
Got him. Oh, I should also mention that this gun is Fubar.
That gun is Fubar. Well, yeah, that would make sense.
Winnie.
Okay. Well, I don't have control of his token. I don't know if it will let me have more than one token, or
Oh, it will. Let me give them to you.
Okay.
I didn't assign
'Cause
that token to him. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming Winnie will beat feet for the quickest way out of the Sarlacc pit of death to get up there.
Out of the danger zone.
Out of the danger zone. I don't know if you want an athletics or acrobatics check from him for that, or I don't know how.
I'll just
awful
say
this
it's
terrain.
difficult terrain.
Okay.
But that he still has enough movement to get at least out of the circle.
Yeah. So he will get up there, clutching his rifle in panic and sort of sweeping around. Yeah, it's not a good time for Winnie.
It is not a good time for winning. Cool. That makes it Hal's turn.
Okay. So leaping, because this ground, being unstable and all that. Leaping here, and with my move by action, this is what's known as a teachable moment, folks at home. I often get too caught up in the game and I'm just zip, zang, zing, and I'm not explaining what I'm doing, but I have to remember that some of you are just learning the game. So I'm going to do something called a power stunt, which lets me turn one of my existing powers into another power. The rules say that your points spent on this alternate power can't exceed the points spent on the power you're stunting it off of. So I am taking my electrical blast and turning it into defibrillators for the brain, as it were.
Uh-oh.
Yes. The other teachable moment is GMs, be careful having a cliffhanger that gives your players a week to plan and calculate how things are going to work out. So I am essentially making a mental bridge to enhance Hobbs' will. So enhanced trait will +8 affects others, increased range so that it is perception. So 2 ranks of that, which of course makes it too expensive unless I take the distracting flaw. So until my turn comes around again, I will be easier to hit. So I assume that's capped at power level, but Hobbs will receive a bonus of up to +8 up to the power level. And I will spend a hero point to edit the scene so that normally instant counter is something you can only do for yourself, but I want to, through this electrical mind bridge that I have temporarily created, give Hobbs the instant counter opportunity with my hero point. Do you want an extra hero point for that?
I will take an extra hero point for it.
Okay. And then I will spend, so 1 for the stunt. Get out of here. Come on. 1 for the stunt. 1 for the scene edit. 1 for bestowing. And my last one to avoid fatigue. Bam. So just like that, hero points are gone. With move by action, I will continue my flight over and land on this building that's not sucked into the hole.
Or to get ready now, go cat go. I got it.
Oh, really?
All right. So Hobbs, please make a will save for me. It is unfortunately bound by your power level, and your fortitude right now is an 18.
His will.
Right. So his will can only go up to a +2 because it's power level limited with this 18 fortitude.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Although you spent 4 hero points for it, so I'm going to give him the full +8 bonus.
Here we go.
Wait, because isn't 8 the power level? So no, we're 10.
Yeah, you're probably level 10. He's got an
You're saying
18
his fortitude is
fortitude.
18 fortitude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You munchkin, what are you doing over there?
Look at these guys crunching numbers. I rolled my click clack. I got a 7.
Would you like to spend a hero point to reroll?
Well, that doesn't. Well, I was gonna say even with your +8, that's still pretty horrendous.
Yeah, 15 is not enough to free himself from Legionis' mind control.
I don't-
Legionis is not power level 10.
I don't think he wanted to make that will save. I'm just gonna say that.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
You know what? Just for the fans, and because I saw 4 power points, hero points, I'll roll again. I got 13 that time.
And that's an 11 on the dice. That's rough.
So, but it's technically a 21 with the +8.
Yeah, and 21 is
Still
still
wound
just shy
Ooh.
of the save he needed to make.
All right, new plan. Kill everything. No, I was kidding.
So Hobbs, you feel this electricity arc through your brain, your little crocodile brain, and you start reasserting some of your personality, but you're real content just being a hole in the ground swallowing everything.
Wait, who did that to me?
The commander did that to you. How?
Do I sense where that came from?
Oh yeah, you felt the electricity hit you in the head.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would hope
Like
so.
a
That was-
cardinal direction?
To the west.
yeah.
Cardinal direction of west.
Oh boy.
Technically, that's
Actually,
north.
That's north. That is north. You're right.
Oh yeah. Our
North.
Okay.
our rose compass is all out of whack.
I'm gonna
Yep.
keep that in mind. Too many people are in my head right now.
Well, if nothing else, that keeps you occupied for another round.
There we go. I put a compass rose there.
Yes, we know.
Awesome. So that was a great turn, Hal. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but I think I'm all out of minions.
We got
I
chomped.
think somebody ate them all. Yeah.
There's one heavy gunner all the way over here.
He's out of here. He
That,
is-
that guy's got wife and
And
kids.
you've
He
got
ain't messing
minions on
with
the
that.
train.
yeah, they're not coming back off the train if they can avoid it. So, Mark, you're up.
All right. So, I'm gonna try to put Hobbs to sleep.
Ooh.
The real Hobbs. Will the real Hobbs please stand up? Get out of that hole.
Stand up.
You don't want him to stand up. You want him to go down.
Uh,
I mean, he can sleep standing up. We don't care.
Oh, no.
Facepalm.
What do I
aha!
have to roll?
Yeah.
Hal, I'm going to do you a hero point.
I'm fresh out. That's good.
Hobbs still has the enhanced will, so go ahead and make a will save.
Oh.
It says it's a fortitude save on my character sheet.
Oof.
It should be a will.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Roll20 thing auto moves it around.
No, the character sheet that you sent me, the PDF one.
Oh, well, that's not good. It should be will.
That's
Okay.
no bueno.
Take that, Hobbs. It's not funny now, is it?
I got 13.
Well,
Wait, was it
Three-
a +10 or
no.
+8?
+8 total.
+8.
Oh, okay.
So 11. DC is 20. You're exhausted, so you are fatigued and impaired. So you're going to move at half your normal movement speed, and you get a -2 to all your rolls.
Okay.
Now, Mark, if you want to use extra effort, you can make him do that again.
Mm.
Do it.
Is
Do
there a
it.
version of this where he actually goes to sleep?
Yes.
The third
If
degree
he-
is asleep.
Yeah, but does it say it's a cumulative affliction?
It does not.
However, he's impaired, so his next save will be at a -2.
That is true.
I'm being bullied.
Of course,
Cool.
next round he won't have the will bonus, so just wait and hit him next round.
Yeah.
His precious +8 is gone.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna have fake Hobbs just dogpile on real Hobbs,
That's just an illusion, right?
but it does affect your physical senses.
Oh, so it does touch.
Yes.
I feel something touching me.
And
You
it's
do
you.
feel something
Reach-
touching you.
Reaching
it's
out.
you.
Okay, no, we are not doing Neil Diamond. No.
He's
Please,
just
right
gonna
now.
he's just gonna
Caroline.
get down
Ah.
inside the sand with him, and he's gonna hug him, and he says, in Hobbs' voice, to Hobbs,
No.
no,
No.
Uh,
No.
Oh my good golly gosh. All right. Where, Mark, do you want to move or are you happy hanging out there?
Yeah, that is just beyond 60 feet, but I could be more beyond 60 feet. I'm just gonna keep moving back some.
Mark's
Wait,
just
there's one
trucking
soldier
with
right
legs.
here. No, that's Winnie. Never mind.
That's Winnie.
don't attack
Brian!
Brian.
He's getting some mighty good photos.
I'm all right. Don't worry about
Yes.
me. The Festimus fighting first combat mission. Hobbs turns on everybody. This is going in the report.
Renegade for life.
All right. Good turn, Mark. Leon. Or Leon, as it is, as it may be.
Leon.
Leon.
You are dazed and vulnerable, so you can do a standard or a move action, or you can spend a hero point to do 2 actions.
Dig yourself out of the sand.
Well, I think I will hero point and warp out of the sand. Dark flight movement a ways away. I think maybe over here on the edge of the pit that has become.
Remember how I was like, "You guys are going to investigate the town," and then Hobbs ate the whole town.
Yeah.
Makes it hard to investigate, that's for sure.
I was getting my iced tea.
We got a couple of burrowers.
I'll be all right. And
Look, if we can
then-
find one alive, and there's a convenient train full of alive dudes.
There is a convenient train full of live dudes.
Awesome. So you fly over there. What do you want to do when you fly over there?
For the hero point, I am going to use otherworldly tentacles. Excuse me. I need to give you a hero point back. I don't know where I put it, but here. Oh, that's on the map, but
That's where it goes.
Okay,
It goes out
cool.
on the map, and then I have the satisfaction of deleting them.
you do.
Aw.
I'm going to use that to do otherworldly tentacles. Let me go make sure the range of this is right before I do it. Burst area, affliction 10. How big is the area attached to that?
Burst area is a 30-foot radius.
So, it's a 30-foot radius, so I could per se get both get both these guys over here with that, like in that circle.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Is that 30 feet?
That's a 15-foot circle, so you can go even twice that size.
Okay, then I'll just go twice the size and encompass the full Hobbs.
Awesome.
Um,
We have a Starlight pit with tentacles now. We are progressing accurately.
George
Yes.
Lucas going to sue somebody.
We're getting so close to copyright infringement.
Didn't he film that in Morocco too? Isn't that? Or is
I
Tunisia
believe-
where
I
tattooing
think it was
is?
Tunisia.
Tunisia. Yep.
But I have to make a save, I believe.
Yeah, will you go ahead and just click on the power for me so I can see
Yeah.
everything I need to know? In your stats. Yep, just like that.
Got it.
Perfect. First area. Okay, so everybody over there needs to make a dodge save. DC 20. Except for the ghost dudes. They don't have to worry about that. Legionis makes the first one.
I ain't dodging nothing.
He makes the second one because it's at a half effect because he succeeded on
Yep.
the first one.
Yes.
So you fail on the first one. Hobbs, please make the second one.
Too thick to dodge.
Too thick to dodge. You are defenseless and immobilized. So you're not able to move from that
Nice.
spot, and your dodge and parry are 0. Basically,
Oh.
everybody can come over and they can choose to routinely attack you, or they can roll to hit, and if they hit, they get a critical hit.
Oh my.
So if anybody wanted to go over there and knock out Hobbs, this would be the perfect time to do so.
I'm
Seriously.
strapped down for you if you want them.
I mean, what?
So, Leon, what does it look like as you soar through the air and then
Uh,
summon these crazy Cthulhu tentacles all over the place?
Soaring through the air, kind of half in shadow, half out, and then he just kind of opens up his arms and black mist falls down, and then underneath the sand, lurching out of the earthquake in various side pits, just strapping onto Hobbs, and almost also almost say flying past Legionnaire, whatever the heck his name is, Roman dude. Sorry, the name is failing me right now, but just flying past him and then latching onto Hobbs.
Perfect. Myrrh, you're up.
I've been caught.
All right, I just want to clarify, looking at the map, that other than Leones, all of my allies, all of my pack are out of this delve of destruction, correct?
Everybody but Hobbs, but he's sort of it sort of goes with him.
Hobbs is kind of on a switch plate right now. All right, so she is going to make very affectionate eye contact with Tara, and she is going to swoop over very quickly to Leones, and kind of using her wings to softly glide her down. She will heal him. That's a roll, correct?
Yep, you'll go ahead and take a d20 plus 10. Or, yeah, there's a healing button, but you were there when I put it on your sheet.
Yay!
Cool. So you
All right,
swoop
so result
in.
was 18.
Yeah, 18. You heal 2 conditions. So you do swoop in and you take Leon's daze and his vulnerable away. So what does that look like?
The second her front 2 paws land on this ichor shadow of Leones, her wings actually illuminate for just a quick moment, almost in a mirror catching the sunlight type of moment. And just like that, she's bounding back into the air, and she's going to wrap herself around the south side of this circle, just kind of doing aerial surveillance of who she needs to dive in on next. How do I knock Hobbs unconscious? I'm not a combat-y character. Can I just dive bomb into him with stone and hit him in the forehead?
Yeah, we can roll that into your bite if you want.
Oh, sexy. Let's do that. So she's going to go to her maximum altitude, and she is flying in 45-degree angle straight down at his face.
No, my face.
She'll fix it later.
Take out his other eye.
Take out his
my other eye.
Awesome. So go ahead and give me a bite attack.
Alrighty.
And because he is defenseless, you can use power attack or anything like that you want to. As long as you hit him, you get a critical hit. So if you want
fancy.
if you want to ratchet up some of your DC, because he's real easy to hit right now.
So I already rolled with a 24. Is that worth my time right now? Am I allowed to ask that question?
Because you
Not
didn't
really?
know about it, I'll say yes, it is something that you could still do. You can take up to 2 off of your to hit to add up to 2 damage.
Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do the power attack then, please. Thank you for the
Awesome.
mercy.
No worries. So that's a 22 to hit. That is enough to hit, which makes it a critical hit on poor Hobbs. So that's a 25 for your damage plus D plus your power attack plus another 5 for the critical is a DC 30 toughness save for Hobbs.
Oof.
We be high rolling.
Hobbs got a 26 on his toughness, so he takes a bruise. So, Myrrh, what does it look like as you dive bomb poor Hobbs down in the pit?
Oh, okay. So the entire team has seen her before. You guys know she's the fastest thing in the party on foot or in flight. But at this very moment, you all realize that she's been holding back. She hits that altitude point and dives down, and right before contact, she rolls herself into a ball, wrapping her wings around her and just crushes them directly between the eyes.
Oh, right in the crocodile snout.
Oh, not like that.
Boom!
You know what I love? This is the crocodile rock moment. I'm
Ha
going to give everybody a hero point because that was bad.
Crocodile
appreciate
meat
your
rock.
mercy.
We get hero points when you make bad jokes? This is great.
Not always. Sometimes I'm merciful.
Depends on how bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect. Myrrh, do you want to end up still next to Hobbs, or did you want to use some of your movement to fly away from him?
In an ideal world, she would love to stay in her heel position next to Trace. So if she can pop right back over north and catch back to Trace, that's where she'd like to be.
I think that's definitely doable with the amount of movement speed that you have.
Done. She pops right back over and does like the happy dog tail wag, like, did I do good? Did I do good?
So Trace is just kind of looking at her like, well, you didn't do that in training camp.
Tail flicker, ears go back in submission.
Everybody give an F for the boop and the snoot in chat.
Opens.
All right, the Ghost Romans. They want to do something now. Legionis sort of looks at them and he directs them over in the cluster of Trace, Myrrh, and Mark over there. And as one, you see that the remaining skulls illuminate with this greenish yellow glow, and they zoom over to where you guys are.
Ooh, fun.
Zoinks, yo.
As they ride the roads of Rome, they stop. They stop before they engage you guys, and they draw these ghostly pila, and they're going to chuck them at you.
Oh, that's rude.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to chuck them at all three of you guys. With a 1, and a 2, and a 3. All right, that's a 26 to hit Trace, a 27 to hit Myrrh, and a 22 to hit Mark.
Yes.
And they are not swayed by your disarming advantage, Mark. So that's your dodge DC. Bridget.
Sorry, I was.
Oh, I appreciate that.
That does hit.
Her dodge DC is a 22.
Awesome.
I didn't catch your number. Apologies.
I got a 27 to hit Myrrh. So
Also rude.
everybody give me a toughness save over there.
All right. Oof. Trace is gonna re-roll. Ow. That's better. Rolled an 18 for a 27 on the re-roll.
I'm gonna keep mine.
Cool. So
Myrrh's
Myrrh,
going to keep hers at a 20, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So Myrrh and Mark, you guys both take a bruise.
All right.
And then the Ghost Romans are going to use extra effort when they engage you guys in melee, and they're going to try and slice and dice you. They can't slice Myrrh because she's... Or wait, are you in the heal position next to Trace?
I am.
All right, then they are going to draw their gladii, and they're going to wade in and start whacking. Hacking and whacking and slacking.
rude. That's painful. Don't attack the puppy.
Awesome. That's a 20 to hit Trace,
Yep,
And-
that'll hit.
18 to hit Myrrh, and a 20 to hit Mark.
And this is against your parry.
Your
Oh,
parry
this
DC.
is-
Parry DC.
Oh.
Shoot.
Awesome. If they did hit, go ahead and give me a will save, guys.
Oh.
Aha! I rolled an 18 for a 27.
I rolled an 8 for a 21.
And this is not calculating correctly, so I'm going to make a quick adjustment here.
It
Awesome.
looks like Myrrh got an 11 for a 19.
Perfect. So, Myrrh, you take an additional bruise as
Ouch.
these ghostly gladii. You sort of flex reflexively with your stone skin, but it passes right through you and cuts into the heart of your soul. You feel that with the magical energy that surrounds you.
Oh, she actually lets out a very loud yelp on that one.
And those guys, they drop back with their Testudo shields up, and they prepare to engage combat with you guys.
Soul magic.
All right, the heavy gunner out there in the middle of nowhere with no targets is going to he's going to say F this, and he's going to run into the desert.
I prefer the slow death.
Just have a chance. All right, my submachine gun guys are all on the train. So I have 2 tanks. I've got one that is stunned and prone over there. He'll try to make a resistance check to get out, but that's at the end of his turn. It's overcome by fortitude. Nope, he's still in the hole. This other tank is going to roll this way a little bit, and the gun tracks onto Leon, and it's going to take a pot shot at Leon.
No.
Choom.
16 to hit your dodge DC, Leon. Fen might be on mute.
Yes, I am. I was trying to find my dodge DC. My dodge DC is 20. Do you need to beat that or meet that?
I need to beat that, and I got a 16. Or I have to meet it or beat it, but I got a 16. So
Gotcha.
no big deals.
Okay.
So the tank, it fires off a small caliber round into the sky, goes off into ruin some poor Moroccan dude's day.
Oh, it's gonna land on the one running away.
It is in that direction.
Just a Buddy the Elf level snowball, like. Pew.
Random cabbage merchant.
The cabbages! Get back here and die like an NPC. Brutal. Okay.
Quality line.
That's great.
Legionis. So does that explosion go off? That explosion goes off in your turn, right, Trace? Not on his turn?
Yes, it's my turn.
Awesome. Cool. So he's still got Hobbs mind controlled. He's happy with that. He is also going to take the Roman road. And he runs up to the side of this building, and he runs straight up it next to Hal.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
He just starts walking on the side of the building.
And he draws his own Gladius. And he's going to try and just chunk that into poor Hal's midsection, somewhere between his soul pikes and his ribs.
Oof.
Because I am vulnerable. Oh wait.
I got a 15. I got a 25 to hit you.
Yes, that will hit regardless.
What is your parry DC when you're vulnerable?
Right now it's 15.
Awesome. So it's a +2 DC for multi-attack as well. So DC 27 toughness save, please.
Boy.
Alex, and I'm in a position where I can interrupt that.
You are.
Okay. That is definitely what she would like to do with her soul rod today.
Awesome. So yeah, you are free to interpose. You have that advantage. So you leap into the way. You will have to make the DC 27 toughness save.
This might hurt. All right. So she is going to jump in there, wings spread out as far as she can get them. An attempt to eat this attack, and toughness.
Ooh, not bad.
That's only a bruise. That's not too bad.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, so toughness was a 23. So I am bruised again.
Yep. And I should mention on Roll20 there is a spot to put your bruises. Right above your defense section, there's like a little box that says injuries. If you want to put them in there, it'll automatically subtract from the toughness saves going forward.
Oh, I thank you for that. I appreciate that.
I completely forgot to mention that when we were going over Roll20 stuff.
Nope, you're okay. We're current on it now.
And then Legionis is going to deal Mur a hero point.
Oh,
He's going to say, "Stay out of the affairs of your betters, cur."
Don't be rude.
And he
We're just fighting a
will.
war. No need to be rude.
No need to be rude. Like, we can kill each other respectfully.
He says, "Coram vis Romana," and he holds the standard in front of you, and you feel this energy pass over you that just stresses you out. Actually, it's a perception area effect, so I will do a hero point to Hal as well, because both of you guys can see it. I'm going to need both of you guys to make a will save for me, please.
Because it's the area, do we do a dodge first or not?
It's not a burst area, it's a perception area.
Gotcha.
So you just have to be able to see it.
My eyes. Will, did you say?
Yes, please.
Irma Lurd, I'm spending that hero point.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, so much better. First on 18.
Mur got an 18.
I got a 21 on the reroll.
So, Mur, you with your 18, you are dazed. Hal, you are also dazed. As the standard sort of shines and you see this green-yellow light erupt from the eagle's eyes, and you feel just this overwhelming terror of the might of Rome fill both of you.
This is going to be hilarious when it thing goes off next round or on my turn.
Oh,
It's not going to be funny for it's not going to be funny for Mur and Hal, but it will be funny.
Oh no, it's a 5 foot. It doesn't go very far.
Brutal.
Yep.
The might of Rome. Oh my
Boom.
gosh.
Ow!
All right, Hobbs, you are defenseless and immobilized, but you are still free to attack if you want.
There's nobody really next to me to attack, so what I will do is I will use my ability to control the earth and fill the pit I'm
Oof.
in, so nobody can beat on me.
So you're gonna put like an earthworks above you?
I mean, I made like a cone coming in with that earthquake. I'm just gonna fill up the hole, so I'm no longer a target.
Awesome. So sandstone just
Oh,
fills the
no.
area of desert right there. Boom.
Wow.
It seals the poor tank inside.
That's collateral, baby.
And what was once a thriving rail station in the middle of the Moroccan desert is now just a flat of limestone in the middle of the desert.
And how do I get not hindered, vulnerable, and
Awesome. So you have multiple conditions affecting you.
yeah, it was spicy.
You are allowed to make a resistance against one of them each round, other than the controlled one. The controlled, you are still 9 rounds away from being able to resist that. So you can try to get out of the defenseless or the immobilized first.
Let's get my legs back. Let's get out of immobilized.
Yeah, and that would be you're fatigued too. Oh no, you're exhausted too. So
Yeah.
exhausted, impaired, defenseless. Wow, you were FUBAR.
That's why I went back in my coffin to be safe.
Proper military term, FUBAR.
Blah, blah, blah.
So the defenseless and immobilized is overcome by damage or sleight of hand. So you are free to attack the tentacles, basically, with your bite to try and get these writhing Cthulhu tentacles off of you.
Can I use a hero point to compact the sand around me so the tentacles can't grip me anymore?
We could say that that's how you're trying to overcome it, but you still
Okay.
have to roll to overcome it.
Is that Dex?
Nope, it's just your bite attack.
Okay.
So it's just a d20 plus. Actually, just roll a d20 plus 18.
Okay. I like that.
This is a crazy situation, guys.
3.
Yeah, it's very busy.
Very busy.
So Hobbs, you start just biting and thrashing at these tentacles that are surrounding you, and you are able to free yourself from either the defenseless or the immobilized, whichever you prefer.
Immobilized.
Awesome. So you are free to move again, but these tentacles are still distracting you. They're still pulling at you, making it easier for people to hit you.
Huh?
But that does happen at the end of your turn. So
Yeah, so I can't move anywhere.
Right.
I will stay put.
awesome. What a world. Trace, blow me up.
All right. Yep. So standard goes up, and the corrosive material that Trace put on it last turn goes boom. So that's the DC 25 is the effect. The roll doesn't matter because it's already there.
Yeah, right. It's already there. So, ugh. So bam, it blows up in his face. He rolls a toughness save.
Ah.
He gets a 26. So he's holding the standard aloft, cowing Myrrh and Hal, and it just explodes in his face. And you see parts of his flesh just rip away, revealing like pearlescent bone underneath. And he looks back at you, looks back at the two people in front of him, just pissed.
Seriously. Shoot. Okay. I was hoping for a better result than that, but we don't get it. So what are we gonna do now? All right, well, I am gonna roll over to that tank and we are going to work on disabling said tank. So let me see. Do I?
Oh, leave me alone! I'm just minding my own business.
I don't know. You shot at one. You shot at my second in command. So
He's fine. He's fine.
I can just actually, it's probably easier. I can get there, and I can smack it with corrosion.
Imagine seeing all this happen. You're like, I got a tank. I can do it.
All right.
Some weakened toughness, and it does affect objects, so it does not have its traditional immunity to fortitude effects. It just has. I'm going to tie its fortitude to its toughness.
Yep, because it affects objects only.
Yeah. So that is a 2-degree difference. It is an object, so it is destroyed. What happens to the tank?
So the tank has been rolling around. It basically been trying to blow everything else up. Trace rolls up to it, kind of puts her hands on its treads, and just kind of stands there or curls her tail there and just kind of looks at it, staring right down the gunner slot. And then the treads just explode, and it's not going anywhere.
You hear a couple of guys in Italian arguing about what they should do. Perfect. And that was all your movement to get over there?
Yep.
Cool. Winnie.
Winnie.
Kevin, that's you.
Seeing the only real targets look rather ghostly and are close to his friends, shooting them is probably a poor idea. So Winnie will sling that rifle and take out the camera. And man, this looks like some good action shots right here.
The flashbulb's going off that both Hal and Leon said, please don't bring that flashbulb. It's right around sunrise, too, so it's a beautiful, breathtaking battle in the middle of sunrise.
Oh, he couldn't use the flashbulb when we were assaulting the beach when it was dark, so at least he listened to that.
That flashbulb.
No, Kevin was our flashbulb for that fight.
What? Oh, that's true. There was that little scene, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Perfect. So, Hal, it is your turn. You are dazed,
Oh,
and you are
I
standing
am.
before the might of Rome.
Only one action. Well, Hobbs has buried himself.
Makes it easy.
Mr. Legionis, whatever his name is, seems to be hitting rather well anyway. So there's no reason not to all-out attack and power attack and stuff lightning bolt in his face right now. So let's do that.
I'm just going to drag Mur over here, too, since she interposed.
Oh yes, she did.
Thank you. Forgot to move.
You guys left Mark over there by himself with the ghosts.
All by
I'm
himself.
spending a hero
God.
point.
You
God,
think Mark needs help?
No.
that's better. So I had to spend a hero point because that's like my fourth one tonight. What is going on here?
Oof.
The reroll is a 24 to hit.
This random number generator does not care about
Yeah, it's not very random. I'm just go ahead and say that.
Is that a 24 with your all-out included in?
Yes, because I power attacked as well. So my attack bonus is not modified.
Okay, right. So a 24 is actually not enough to hit Legionis in melee.
What?
Jesus.
Hey,
Wait, is that a melee attack or is that a blast? That's a blast.
a-
That's-
Oh,
blast.
it's a range attack. Just kidding. Yes, that is enough to hit him then.
I was gonna
Oh.
say I didn't know Lee Jonas was Italian for Mary Sue. What is this guy going? He just does
boy.
everything.
I'm doing you a hero point because you hurt my feelings.
Aw.
Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me.
All right.
So that's actually a
how the
DC
bullying
30
started.
because I power attacked on that mess. So it's a DC 30 toughness save.
Awesome. He's got 2 bruises still.
That's what I like. Oh, you son of a
I roll a natural 20 and get a 27, so he takes 1 more bruise.
sons of
Wow.
guns.
Spicy.
What does it look like, Hal, as you fill this zombie with electricity?
Shh, there's this bright flash of light, and well, other than a little bit of smoke rolling off of me, seems to be largely untouched. That's perplexing.
Awesome. And then your daze falls off at the end of the round.
Okay.
God, we really need Hobbs.
We really need hops.
Mark. what would
Hobbs
you like to do?
emerges from the ground. And he's gonna run over here and menace these ghosts. And he-
Menace.
Does that confuse Legionis?
if I can, I will replicate the little eye effect that he had. And just
I'm going to say it doesn't trick him because he's got a mental link to the people he's got under his control.
Well,
what?
that's
Oh,
true.
wow.
2 Hobbs went in, 1 came out.
2 minutes or 1 minute leave. 2 minutes or 1 minute leave.
And I'm gonna have. I don't know if this does anything mechanically, but Fake Hobbs is going to jump up into the air and try to punk these ghosts into not being there, I guess. I don't know.
Awesome. So there are a couple ways we can do this. We can make it a feint using your deception with a +2 circumstance bonus, or we can make it a feint using Hobbs's intimidation.
Let's see.
I got a pretty good intimidation.
Let's do that. My deception's pretty good too.
Let me see. What's my intimidation at?
We'll do deception.
Yeah.
So I'm the puppeteer, the puppet. Oh god.
Oh,
This random number generator is trying to kill you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
that's a 1, so I'll throw a hero point out there just to not
guys,
have
why
to
are you rolling
have
better?
a 1. All right, let's go. Okay, that's a 5 on the die, so I get the 10 for 23 total
They will make an insight check.
to punk these ghosts.
They are punked. So the ghosts, they do not share the mental bond that Lee Jonas has with Hobbs. So they will turn around and they'll say, oh, there's a giant crocodile attacking us instead of this little teddy bear. So I guess we'll attack the crocodile again. They don't say that out loud, but that's their internal monologue for all the folks at home.
Yes.
Hey,
Internal
Dad,
monologue.
It's me.
They just kind of go.
And now that I can sneak off, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get behind this crate over here.
How many crates?
All the
I
crates.
think there's 5 crates this time.
And I'm going to try to mind blast Legionis. I'm actually gonna with sleep paralysis
Ooh.
because I want my friends to beat him up into small pieces.
It is a perception range, so you just have to be able to see him.
Mhm.
He's up on that roof, but I'll say that you can just make him out from
I'll
your
get up on
position
top of
down
the
there.
box.
Awesome. So that's a will save DC 20 for Legionis.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm going to spend one of his luck points.
Very soon.
It's nice having a bad guy who doesn't get knocked out in the first round.
I disagree.
With the luck that is 30 on his luck, so he is not sleep paralyzed.
Okay. What else can I do?
You guys wanted a power level 10 encounter.
Oh wait. Nightmare fuel. Okay. You know what? I'll just go ahead and take the exhaustion, and I'm gonna nightmare fuel him.
What a brave choice.
What's Legionis scared of?
Which I don't think that's the right DC.
I don't think it is either. Let me double check your sheet.
I believe it's 23.
It should. I think it should be. If it's, yes, it switched to will for some reason.
Legionis sees a bunch of happy Saxons.
Damage resisted by will.
I would imagine Lady Jonas's fear is Rome burning.
I was going to say the fall of Rome is probably the deadliest fear or the worst fear for him.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls
Oh,
another natural 20 and he gets a 30
God.
on his will
Rome
save.
is strong.
Yes, random number generator. That's what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot trick me, tiny creature. Rome will last for 1,000 years.
Rome will burn for 1,000.
Freudian slip much?
I remember Rome.
He looks aghast when you say it in the past tense. All right, Leon, what would you like to do?
We've got Hobbs in a hole.
Hobbs is in the hole and he's sealed himself off from the world in a big pillow fort, basically.
I think he'll shift his attention, go over here, hang out in the air. How is Legionis looking?
He's got a couple bruises, but Not horrible. He's looking like he can keep on going.
Yep, that's the problem.
Yeah, that is a problem.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I bet.
I would like to use Unspeakable Horrors to distract him.
Awesome. And is that your mental blast? It's like damage resisted by will.
It is not. It is a yeah, actually it is.
Awesome.
It is damage resisted by will and is distracting. So
Cool. So that when distracting means it's distracting for you to cast it, which just gives you half to your dodge and parry the following round after you cast it.
okay. Works for me. I'm going to give it a shot. 25.
25 will hit his dodge, and
Alright.
he needs to make a will save. I don't think that's correct either. I think it should be DC 25. Let me double check your sheet. Roll 20 does some wonky things.
Says 20 under my that's my crit target.
Yeah, I just want to double check. Unspeakable Horror. Yeah, it's resisted. It's damage 10 resisted by will. So I'm going to write toughness down there, and then I'm going to put resisted by will in the description. So it should be a DC 25 will save for him.
Gotcha.
So he's going to roll a will save. He gets an 18, so that's going to be a bruise and a daze. What happens as you blast him with these unspeakable horrors?
Thank goodness.
I think as Hal gets off some lightning and just after that, like behind and off to the side as Legionis is working on the retaliatory attack, he just sees a black absence of everything except for 2 yellow eyes that glow in that darkness, just searing into what's left of his soul.
We don't have Hastur in Ancient Rome. This is new. Perfect. That brings us around to Mert.
Bridget has a question for the GM.
Sure.
Myrrh would like to channel positive energy, heal an area.
Okay.
What do I have to do to get that off?
Sure. So what you'll have to do is you can either go fatigued to do the power stunt, or you can do you can spend a hero point to do the power stunt.
Okay.
And what that would do is basically in a 30-foot radius around you, you would heal. You would roll a d20 plus 5 to heal everybody in that area, instead
Beautiful.
of a d20 plus 10.
But you have to
Okay.
get selective on there to keep Legionis out.
Or is there something that I can burn in addition to he's undead?
If you make it distracting, you can make it selective as well. So it's just going to cut your dodge and parry in half.
Interesting. Okay. How do I roll this beautiful beam footage for you?
So on the group of on the top left corner in the cluster of icons, there's a little d20. If you click on that, it'll let you roll a d20, and then we'll add 5 to whatever it rolls.
Alrighty.
Like where the arrow and the pan.
D20. All right, beautiful. Oh, can I hero point that to roll again on that one?
You sure can.
No, I appreciate it so much. You're the best ever. All right, so 17.
Awesome. So the 22 with the plus 5, so you're able to heal 4 conditions. I will let
Thank
you
goodness.
decide how you want to allocate those conditions to your allies and yourself.
Allocation, and you'll probably be able to knock this down mechanically faster than I, but it's literally going to be bringing everyone up to full, to the best of her ability, and then doing herself last.
Okay, so how many bruises do Leon, Mark, and Hal all have?
I have none. I was bruised and dazed, right?
Right, but the days dropped off at the end of your turn.
Yeah, so I just have 1 bruise.
So that's one of the degrees. There's 3 more. Mark, do you have any injuries or conditions? Her healing even heals fatigue. So if anybody has fatigue or exhaustion, that drops a rank of that too.
I have fatigue or exhaustion.
Just buried up ground. Be quiet over there.
Healing denied.
Ooh.
I
Please
know I
try
have.
again later.
No, mother, no.
Declared
So I
as
know
that.
Mark's exhausted, so Mark could take 2 of them and get his exhaustion to go away.
That's given.
And
I
then
think
Leon, do
I-
you have a bruise or
I
anything?
believe I have a bruise from when I fell or I was dazed or distracted.
You were dazed and
Okay.
vulnerable, so the
Dazed and
vulnerable can
vulnerable.
go away.
Yeah, I know the vulnerable or the dazed healed. So.
Awesome. So yeah, Myrrh, that doesn't leave any healing for you, but it does
That's
heal
okay.
your 3 pack mates really, really well.
That's what she needed to happen.
Cool. What does that look like?
This would be her digging her paws into the air and her wings extending out. And despite the fact that like a really fine piece of marble that's already cracked and torn and fractured, and she's got part of her wings chipping off, those feathers illuminate just very faintly, again, as if catching the sun, and rays of light come off to her and heal her comrades. And she still looks like a broken up countertop.
Beautiful. Awesome. And then your daze does drop off at the end of your turn. So
Oh, small victories.
yeah, you're not able to move right now unless you want to use extra effort to move. Oh no, you use extra effort to power stone. So
Yes.
Cool. The ghostly Romans are going to attack the fake Hobbs. So that does eat their turn, but they are aware at the end of the turn that he is not real. The last tank, I'm just going to take the last tank out of the fight because now it is buried in the ground, just completely solidly buried. So no more tanks in the fight. Legionis. Legionis is in what we call a target-rich environment. He's going to use the multi-attack on his sword, and he's going to step here behind Hal and Myrrh, and he's going to try and do some sword play on you guys. It'll be 2 rolls to hit, but he'll get a -2 to both of these rolls. So the first one is for Hal. Boom. I roll a 1. I will spend his other luck point to reroll that.
There it is.
Mary Sue.
He's just using them up. It's good.
He had a 31 to hit you for calling me a Mary Sue.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, of course that misses.
And then an 18 to hit Myrrh's parry DC.
Oh, thank the Lord that missed.
Awesome. So
God is
Hal,
with her.
Hal, you're going to be rolling a DC 25 toughness.
Okay. That will be amazing if that happens. Oh, that's a little too raw for me. I'm gonna go ahead and spend that hero point I just got and let's try that again. Oh my lord. Well, that becomes a 22.
That's just a bruise. That's not the end of the world.
Bruise.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then he will do a flip, land here next to Mark and Leon, but I think Leon's up in the sky. And since he's up in the sky, I'll do a hero point to Mark. And he will use extra effort, but he will roll will save to see if he's allowed to attack you. He gets a 30, so he's allowed to attack you.
He kills puppies on his free time. Jeez.
Because you're so cute, Mark, he's going to roll with 5 points of power attack.
Oh.
Not all out attack, but power attack. 14's not going to hit.
No, it does not hit that. 22.
Oh, so he lands down. He takes a couple swipes, only really catches Hal across the midsection, flips off the building, lands next to Mark, and Mark, you sort of duck back into the crates, and this blade comes down and slices the box in half. Hobbs, you are free to move and attack again if you want.
With my tremor sense, I feel some commotion over here. Oh, it's on the wrong one. There we go. So I will go ahead and burrow under here.
Oh no.
Oh God.
And just attack everything mercilessly.
Somebody
So
play the Jaws the Jaws music in the background.
I will come ripping up through the building, and I will multi-attack everything I see.
Awesome. Everything except Legionis because you are my
I tried, guys.
So yeah, you're going to do a multi-attack Legionis is also going to compel you to use 5 points all-out attack.
Of course he is.
Held.
So what that means is you're going to attack those 4 PCs right there. You're going to roll your bite attack, which is just going to be a d20 plus 3 at this point because of the 5 points of all-out attack.
Bite or burst?
Bite.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
One more for Leon.
4.
Awesome. What did you roll for the kids at home?
I rolled a 17, a 3, a 17, and an 11.
Awesome, which is not enough to hit any of their parry DCs.
Oh wait, a +3 you said, right?
Well, +1 on top of whatever you have, because you have a +2 right ordinarily.
Okay.
So
Nothing hits.
I don't think an 18 hits Hal or Mark.
18 parry anybody?
I had used all out attack, so I am halved, so that will hit me.
Oh no.
Perfect. Please give me a toughness save, Hal. You're looking for a 33.
I don't think I'm gonna find it.
Boy.
Ow.
No, I'm not gonna find it. Gosh, it's a good thing I have one more hero point, huh? To roll the same effing thing, but that's a 24 instead of a 14.
So 33 minus 14
Random
is
number generator, my ass.
24.
33 minus 24 is a difference of enough to be a bruise in a daze.
Hobbs, you are definitely going on report.
You're the will guy. You didn't protect my brain.
That was a power step.
Yeah.
So Hobbs just comes,
I didn't
rips
protect-
through the middle of the building,
Wow.
just thrashing everywhere, and it happens to nick our good old Froggy boy, and then he's just gonna land back into the earth.
And you know what, Hobbs? I'm gonna put a kibosh on that for a second.
Ooh, kabosh.
I'm gonna deal a hero point to Mark, Leon, Murr, and Hal. You're gonna do it again.
Oh, puppy. Well, I guess I fail harder than I did last time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Is it 3?
One more.
One more.
And 4.
What am I?
Okay, so
Alright,
I got it. 18, 20, 17, and a 7.
I think it's an 18 and 19.
Yep.
17 and a 7.
Yep.
So 18 on Hal again, still going to hit. 19 on Murr for her parry.
No, 19 just missed me.
Awesome. You have a 20? Perfect.
20, yeah.
Mark, do you have a 17 parry?
I have a 22 parry.
Okay, so
No, sorry, 20.
so just Hal again. Sorry, Hal.
Well, 24, so another bruise and dazes don't stack, right?
Right, they don't stack. So
Okay.
Thankfully.
now you're free to go back down on the ground, Hobbs.
And I will do so. There's no more building. Just
Meanwhile, GM Alex is putting all of the clues he left in the village on the train.
That's assuming we finish this fight.
What are all
That's
these
what the
soldiers
soldiers
doing?
were doing.
Smuggling various pieces of equipment in the middle of the battlefield.
They're hiding on the train is what they're doing.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right, Trace, you're up.
All right. Well, come zipping around. Slide right up next to Legionis. Slap his standard once more and truck back the other way.
That's the secret to good battles. Stay out of melee range.
Stay out of melee range of the friggin' Roman zombie ghost. Okay. 25 to hit the standard.
25 will hit.
All right. Blasting cap will go off next round.
You bebop.
Okay, Bebop. Let me double check and see where my movement was on that one. So, yeah, I'll do that. Just keep moving.
Cool. Winnie is still taking pictures.
Yes,
Oh, Winnie.
because it's safe over there taking pictures.
Next to the ghosts.
Well, maybe he'll move a little bit.
Yeah, the debris is all beautiful limestone flat terrain now.
Indeed, it is.
The Romans are like, we're gonna make some beautiful baths out of this.
Imagine all the insurance money they're getting right now.
Winnie's not right next to the ghost. You guys, you gotta check those map skills. That's
You're
terrible.
right. You're right. You're right. Winnie is 25 feet from the ghost.
All
Look,
right.
don't make it a buzzkill.
So Hal, you're up.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm getting hit by everything under the sun anyway, so may as well keep rolling with what's not working. So all attack, power attack to summon an extra special lightning blast for Legionis.
Awesome.
24 to hit. That's ranged, of course.
That'll hit.
So that's a DC 30 toughness.
Oh,
That's what I like to see.
Legionis gets an 8, which is a difference of 22, which is enough to knock him out.
Oh, thank God.
What happens, Hal?
Woo! He sort of trembles, arms drawn back, and he just surges forward with this massive lightning blast. And Legionis was, of course, turned because, you know, Tressa was just there tapping the old standard. And it catches him across the slobber knocker, and he's and he's down.
Right
How
in the
dare you.
slobber knocker.
How dare you touch the standard of Rome?
Shocking.
That 2 tase, bro.
Oh man.
Oh, that was brilliant.
I get dazed, you get tased. That's how it works.
Awesome. And then your daze, so the daze falls off at the end unless you want to use extra effort to know anything.
No, I think this has been a pretty exhausting fight, so Hal will sort of slump on what's left of the roof. Or on the ground on what's left of the roof, wherever that may be.
Mark, what would you like to do?
Who are we fighting still?
You notice the ghosts do not disappear when he goes down.
Well, I have awareness psychic. Can I tell if am I aware of where Hobbs is under the ground, and B, can I tell if he's still mind controlled?
That is a good old-fashioned perception check.
Alrighty. That starts with a P. I will use one of those fabulous hero points you gave me to beat me up. To re-roll that.
Here, hold this.
That's slightly better. And that's a 10 on the die, so that's a 28.
Awesome.
18.
With the 28, you were able to tell that Hobbs is still, in fact, mind-controlled. You could feel the psychic influence down through the ground where he is. You can also feel that influence on the ghosts near you.
Okay.
And it seems to be originating from the standard, not from Legionis.
Oh,
You know what?
Still indestructible.
I'm gonna grab the standard.
Oh, Lord.
Please make a will save for me.
Alright. I'm good at that.
Uh-oh.
You're about to get enrolled in the army.
That's a 32.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wow. So, Mark, you pick up the standard, and you feel just this civic sense of duty wash into you. And you can hear sort of the triumphs of Rome. You can hear people roaring in the gladiatorial, the Colosseum. And you can smell wine, you can smell vomit, you can smell just the blood and sweat of all the legionaries who have come before you. And you are able to turn away from the call to serve Rome. And you feel this sort of psychic backlash erupt up through the standard, and you see the body of Legionis quickly wither and turn into dust. And the ghosts, they let out this horrendous wail, and they disappear into the early desert sunrise. And you feel the psychic influence on Hobbs disappear from your mind. And the standard quickly tarnishes and falls into just rotten wood and old rusted bronze.
Huh. They just don't make these like they used to.
And the next round it goes boom.
Right, the next round it explodes.
Just a frag grenade.
So smart. Awesome. Well, that will take us out of combat, guys.
Wow.
Cool. I actually think that's probably the perfect place to take our 5-minute break.
Excellent.
Good stuff.
So we're going to go ahead and take our 5-minute break. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out with us so far. I know it's been a big, heavy combat, but I've had a lot of fun. I don't know about the players, but I'm having a great time. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Please stick around for a couple of ads that we're running in our carousel, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming back after break. So sorry about that. We rejoin our heroes after their legendary fight against the against Legionis and the Mind Control Hobbs. Legionis is freshly dusted on the ground. The standard explodes next to Mark after he drops it. And we rejoin our heroes. What would you guys like to do?
I want to surface and get out of this dirt. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
We will survive. Murray, you did very well.
Tail flies back and forth. Ears go back in submission. She's got the wiggle butt going.
Oh, she's so cute.
Sir, I think you turned her into a fan.
Those large shark eyes just sort of look a little befuddled at that.
So,
All things considered, that went much smoother than it could have. So, you all performed well.
the town's pretty much.
We may need to do something to shore up your mental defenses in the future.
Yeah, maybe like a hat.
Perhaps something a little sturdier, perhaps.
Mark is going to take off his helmet and hand it to Hobbs.
I'll just go ahead and put you on my head because I feel like that'd be more effective.
This is acceptable.
Unbeatable duo.
No, I like chests, not heads.
Where's Photo Boy?
When he comes running up
Yeah, he's
after
lurking.
everybody sort of surfaces and you realize Hobbs isn't trying to eat everyone again.
Thankfully.
Hey, Winnie! Look at this. We did it all. So I'll get a picture.
Aren't there still Axis troops around, on the train?
Oh, they'll make a great backdrop.
Yeah, get one with the level
I
town.
think
and then one with
Tress-
the train.
Trace is just pointing out that we may in fact be shot in the back while we're posing for a photograph. Perhaps we should deal with the train before we have a photo op.
Fine.
Yeah, I just pin it on the humans, shoot monster in the back.
They are rude like that.
So are we riding this train or are we just getting rid of it?
Well,
We
Well-
should examine it first, Hobbs. We've missed an opportunity for evidence gathering already with the town being, no longer there. So we should try to salvage what we can of the intel mission by examining the train.
And,
Obviously, looking for papers, documents, anything that gives us clues as to the enemy's movements and or plans. They seem to be aware of the Allied approach. This could hinder the landings. We need to find out as much as we can what they know so that we can properly address that shortcoming.
Gotcha.
Man.
all right. Let's go take a look at the train.
Go ahead.
Quick question. How does healing work when we're out of combat? Is it just assumed we go back to full? Do we need to do that now before we potentially engage? That's a Bridget question.
Nope, it is assumed that you go back to full and use masterminds.
Sexy. Thank you.
And you have an unlimited pool of healing, so you can basically heal everybody up, even if it wasn't that way. So
Rock and roll. Okay.
So heading over to the train and kind of seeing it's mostly boxcar type stuff.
mostly, you
Okay.
do see that there is some German written on a couple of the cars, and a couple of the cars do have Nazi flags on the side.
But we've only seen Italian troops so far. Is that correct?
Italian and French, yes.
Okay. We know Rommel is here somewhere, but we haven't encountered an actual Nazi troops.
You guys do see one of the cars has this banner in a couple of places along the windows.
Ooh.
Would any of us recognize that symbol outside of?
You guys can give me an expertise history or an expertise magic check to see what you know about that.
Jeez. Magic.
Does well informed? No.
Well informed would kick in for that too, Mark.
Expertise military, if it's or is this outside the purview of military knowledge?
I'll let you roll an expertise military check for it. It'll be a higher DC, but
Well, that's bad news because I rolled an 11.
I've got a concussion, so I'm going to sit down over here.
Got a 21. On
27
expertise
for
magic.
me.
so both Leon and Mark know what the symbol is. You know that this banner belongs to a group of German occultists who call themselves the Germania Ananurbe, which traditionally is just a group of strange, isolated magic users who live in the woods around, the Teutonic Forest and all that good stuff. But since the rise of Hitler, they have been given an air of legitimacy and been turned into the occult branch of the SS. So they are magic users, experts on the supernatural and the paranormal who work directly for the fascists.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of magic using
Well,
German soldiers.
mm,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
now.
what the car is marked that, correct? We haven't seen any
Yeah.
personnel.
Right. You guys did find a few Italian soldiers, but I'm just going to say you guys eat them or whatever you guys do.
Oh, I would.
Well, we should find out if they know anything before we serve them to Hobbs.
I will extract their secrets from their mind.
I'm full. Just going to pick up Mark, throw him at one of the guys' face, and let him go.
Whee!
If
Mark is just a big old beanie baby.
if those in the know inform us of the Nazi occult symbol's significance,
Yes.
we will approach that car.
Cool.
I'll point it out as I'm
rundown-
flying through the air. That's a magic Nazi symbol.
Thank you, Mark.
What the soldiers you speak to are able to divulge, either willingly or unwillingly, is that they've been stationed here at this rail station for the last couple of weeks, and their job has been to load locals onto this train to send them off to God knows where. As far as they're concerned,
And the train is headed south, deeper into the desert.
it is heading deeper into the desert. Yes,
Hmm.
or it's heading west, deeper into
Okay.
the desert. That is also in the direction of Casablanca, where you guys are right now.
All right. So, sort of listen at the magic Nazi car door. That's just the bizarre phrase. I can't believe I said that.
They will say that they've only seen that car a couple of times, and it has never gone well for Legionis when that car comes here.
Oh,
Never gone well for Legionis. What does that mean?
They say that there's some lady who comes out of that car. She wears this just this perpetual scowl, and she has this big yellow gemstone around her neck, and she's always pissed at Legionis about the progress on something she calls Operation Thunder, but the soldiers don't know a whole lot about that.
All
do
right.
you want us to check the car out?
Yeah, I think all hands on deck for this. If there's someone who's able to give Legionis the business riding in this car, we should definitely be squared away for this in case she's in a foul mood.
I would have hoped she would have come out to intervene when you guys were having that whole
That
town
does seem
leveling.
odd that she didn't. Yeah.
There's a lot of noise going on.
Legionis just screwing it up again.
Maybe the car came, but she didn't. If we're lucky.
Which might give us an opportunity to gather intel, so that would be to our benefit. But just in case there are any surprises inside,
Right.
everyone should be eyes open.
fighting might also not be your forte.
I've got one eye. I'll do my best.
I'll have
Hobbs has to turn his head because his eyes are on the side of his head.
I'll have my pistol drawn.
All right.
Awesome. So you guys stack up on this train car.
Yes.
Ugh. I hate single aisle trains.
Fudge, nudge, budge. Who's opening the door?
I will.
Awesome. Will you please give me a will save?
Wow, right out the gate.
It's a good thing we didn't have Hobbs open the door.
Whoa! I'm more able than willing, so leave me alone.
Yeah, I've noticed. And that is a 20.
So you turn the bulkhead on this door and you open it, and as you do that, you feel something course through you. Just this sort of cold chill emanates up through your palms and into, you think into the center of you, but it feels more spiritual than that.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to have any immediate negative effects.
And given that ordinary cold I'm rather well adapted to, I would find that very unusual.
Yes.
I will inform the rest of the team. I felt something odd when I opened the door, given our experiences here in what's left of that town. Be wary if I should begin to act out of character, take whatever necessary action to address the situation.
Okay.
Mr. Venzen, I assume you're ready to take command should something happen.
Naturally.
Okay.
Cool.
So
And
swing the door wide.
bulkhead opens. One thing that you didn't notice, well, you guys would have noticed, is that there's no windows on this train, just the banners that sort of stick on the side and on the front. But as the door opens, the sunlight, the weak sunlight of the early morning, sort of peers in through this train car, and this train car appears to be some kind of fitted personal quarters. Looking in, there is a very plush, velvety cushioned bed at the back of this space. It smells very heavily of incense in here. And there's a number of sconces with unlit candles, a couple of cages that look big enough for possibly a small primate, maybe birds. There's a desk that has a number of different old worn books on it. And there is another table across from the desk that has a couple of different vials and beakers and various sealed alchemical unguents.
Is there anybody in the bed?
There is not. It appears the train car is empty.
As far as I know, amongst the squad, Mr. Venzen is our resident magician or magic expert, correct?
Venson is a magic user, and Murr is also a magic user.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Murr. So I will sort of motion those two forward and say, this looks like your area of expertise.
And both of you guys, you do get the heavy, coppery taste of magic in your mouth. And sort of that effervescent feeling on your skin, almost like there's too much static electricity in here.
Is there any way to determine the nature of the magic?
Yeah, that would be an expertise magic check.
Nice. Okay. Maybe.
And despite the fact that we're not seeing anything, is there any way to determine if there's an imaginary or an illusionary effect or something going on? Basically, is she still in here?
Give me an insight check.
It's gonna be a 32 for the magic expertise.
Leon, you are dead positive that the magic in here is not from a magic user, it is from a wizard. And that wizard is a necromancer.
Gotcha. Necromancy
Eef.
magic would make sense given. So, given the limited knowledge that Leon has, would he make the reasonable deduction that there is, if someone was here, they would not be hiding themselves in that manner?
You would think that was out of character for a necromancer in
Gotcha.
this day and age.
Okay.
They're not able to perform illusionary magic, and they're usually very much in your face about, we're the best.
Noted.
You're all meat and you're beneath me. Why would I be worried about what you find?
The individual that at least resided here is one of a necromancy provision. If they were hiding, they would do so in plain sight, I guess. They wouldn't use magic to disguise themselves. In fact, they probably greet us as audaciously as Legionis did.
Do you think the guy made Legionis?
I wouldn't be surprised if his powers were bolstered by whoever this is.
Would you say that this Carr being here is a tactical error on the necromancer's part? Are there vulnerabilities we can exploit from this?
Tactical error, unsure. Exploitations, certainly should we find them. We'll have to do some research.
Do you think this could be a bait? And I'll sit on the bed.
Not ruling it out just yet.
You said it's the best bed you felt since you left America.
This Egyptian cod.
Wow.
If it is, I'm mad.
Oh
I'm
man.
giving you a hero point.
So, all right, for those of us that aren't magically inclined, what can we do to investigate the area? Investigation checks, perception.
Investigation checks or perception, whichever one's highest. Feels good to me.
All right.
How dormant has that magic been? Can I use the same roll to also determine length of when that was last used?
Yeah, I'll say that. You think that this is just sort of, you know, that magic in this universe leaves a stain on on any area that a magic user dwells frequently.
Gotcha.
So you think you don't think a spell has been cast recently. You think maybe just this being her quarters, this is just an area that is full of her necromantic funk.
Gotcha. Okay. So
For magic BO.
Yeah, really. Especially because it's necromantic.
There is no deodorant for necromancer BO.
yeah, he's not a kind of smell you can wash out.
Wow.
So Trace got a natural 20 on her perception check, which gives her a 30.
Nice.
Awesome. Good job, Trace. Trace, you do notice as you're sort of looking through and scanning everything, there are some fresh. Looks like on her desk there is an area of missives that need to go out on the next trip into the station that has not been removed from her mailbox yet. You also notice that there is in the ceiling there is a very fine seam that looks like it leads up into a secret compartment.
Two things, guys. One, intel on the desk here. Two, secret room up above.
Very good, Trace.
And the intel on the desk that you find looks like this. Anybody wants to volunteer to read it for the folks at home?
All right. Operation Thunder Order of Battle. Commanding Officer Dr. Nopchen, November 1942. Operational Zone, Casablanca. Forces, 6th Infantry Group, Legionis, 3rd Armored Division, 34th Air Division, Serbatoio, and Dr. Nochin. Mission, reinforce North Africa and establish naval supremacy in the Western Mediterranean. Assist Dr. Nochin in unlocking the power of the artifact recovered from the Sahara. From the desk of Dr. Nochin. Legionis, I cannot stress enough the importance of Rome's role in the battle to restore some semblance of order to the world. It is only with your aid that we will be able to restore a Caesar to the command of the earth. That being said, it is vital that you deliver the vessels I have demanded alive and intact. The ritual demands it. It is not your position to question or even understand the monumental task that I am undertaking. If we are able to unlock the power of this artifact, it won't matter how many creatures the Americans throw at us, there will be no war, only compliance. Get yourself and Serbatoio under control, or I will banish you to Tartarus and let that be the end of it. I will not be denied another artifact. I will not be made a fool of by the likes of the Sentinels again. Send me my vessels and compel your ally to finish that damnable battleship. No excuses. DK. Sir, I don't think being in the middle of the desert, the battleship's anywhere near this area. Just, saying.
No, but the artifact mentioned maybe.
What do you want to bet that the town is the ritual sacrifice? She says with a kind of squeamish look on her face.
I think it's the people, not the town.
That's what I meant.
Can I do an expertise mythology check to see what artifact they may be referring to?
Sure.
What thing should mortals not be playing with? I got a 10. I still got a concussion.
Can we talk about how you guys all hit me really hard?
Yeah, this artifact is the one where, I got beat up a bunch for no reason, and I'm very confused.
So, thinking about mythology in this part of the world, you can't think of any particular magical item that comes to mind. You know that in northern Africa, especially northern Moroccan tradition, there's a number of artifacts that have to deal with stuff you see sort of throughout the Arabic world. There's mention of flying carpets, mention of magic lamps. You know that jinn have a great deal of influence in this part of the world, but nothing concrete really sticks out.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Do I?
You do also know about a lady named Acha Kendicha, who is a female mythological figure in northern Moroccan folklore. She's sort of like a siren mixed with a satyr inside an oasis. So she kind of leads men out into the desert and seduces and drives them crazy or kills them.
Oh, the classic. Very subtle approach. Is that just from on the desk?
Yeah, that was looks like that was a letter that was supposed to be delivered to Legionis here at the station.
Oh.
So the letter mentioned a ship. Do I know where the nearest dry dock would be?
You know that there is one in Casablanca itself, and it is reportedly in charge of increasing the Axis battleship fleet in the Mediterranean.
I'll relay that to our commanding officer here. Stand up and give a salute. Be very official for about 2 seconds. Sir, there's a dry dock in Casablanca, sir.
So the battleship may be here as well. Is there anything else? Are there any other
The compartment.
informational sources that would give more of a clue with the specifics of the artifact?
We haven't checked the secret compartment yet either.
That's true. We haven't.
Pull the seam apart and see if there's like a ladder or something leading up there.
Cool. Sure enough, when you sort of push on the seam, it does push up and into the thing, and you do see there is a ladder that you can pull down to climb up there.
Pull it down and just kind of let it hang there in the thing, just kind of waiting.
Who wants to go into the spooky necromancer's attic?
I volunteer the stone puppy because she's tough.
She looks at you and gives you this big, long, aggravating yawn. And then just flicks her tail back and forth.
Come on, girl. You took a hit from me. You're going to be fine. I'll kind of just hoist her up. I'll just push her over into the thing.
Limpstone puppy goes tumbling forward.
What do you see?
Can I
real
get a
strong.
lick in on his face really fast? Since he wants to be all physical, can I lick him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
he can
make
enjoy
you roll
some
for that.
affection. Some quick affection before he throws her into the abyss.
Just because I'm a monster doesn't mean I'm scared of my emotions.
I nominate hero point.
Because I'm a monster doesn't mean I'm scared of my emotions. I want a shirt. So you sort of
man.
yeet Mur up into there. Which is good because she can't climb ladders anyway. She could have flown up there, I guess. But you pick her up and put her in the secret attic compartment. And Mur, it takes a second for your eyes to adjust in here, but you realize that this is some kind of ossuary. As you're looking around, it looks like there's just a bunch of furniture up here that is made out of human bone. There's a couple of things that are covered in human flesh, and this just seems almost like her happy place. You see, there's a couple of places where she can sit and read. There's a little tea set that is basically a skull that's been sealed up with a hole for the tea to come out. Just a very nasty little corner of the world.
Do I sense any other presences up here with me?
Give me a perception check.
Mark's gonna shout up. Any nightmare stuff up there? I feel like necromancers have good nightmare stuff.
She is going to respond, this would be your happy place. This is not my happy place.
It'll only take me one hand to get you up there.
You don't see anything, Mur, but you do hear sort of this that sort of pulls back into the shadows.
And then she is going to report down. It's like, we have a presence up here.
All right.
Can I,
Mr. Vincent, I think you're our next most magically oriented.
Can I hoist myself up?
Yeah, for sure. You can hoist yourself up into the crawl space.
Cool. Try to find a spot where I'm not immediately gonna run into Mur. Just kind of look. Is the voice still present, or has it faded?
It sounds, from what Mur heard, it sounded like it was almost like just behind her neck, just sort of reaching down behind her cheek, behind her jawbone, and then it faded off to the end of this little attic space.
I will sort of follow the ladder to at least poke my head through to keep an eye on what's going on.
Can I feel anything reaching out with tentacles and other worldly things?
Yes, you do feel a presence in here.
Mm.
And it is angry.
Why are you angry?
Do you speak Arabic? Or are you one of the ones who speaks everything?
I think he can inadvertently speak everything. But I think if required to speak Arabic, it is probably broken Arabic.
Let me make sure. I think you do have a power that lets you speak all languages. I think. I know Mark does.
Hmm.
Oh no, that is not one of your gifts.
Okay.
But you speak English.
Hmm.
But a voice does answer.
Do I speak Old One?
Yeah, I would say you speak Old One.
Oh. Reach out an Old One.
You hear the answer, and there is sort of an inflection of a question at the end of whatever it says.
Can I hear this from downstairs?
Give me a perception check.
But here the question is in Arabic, though, and I can at least tell that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you hear you hear Leon reach out in Great Old One, which is a language you understand.
Well, I use that one all the time.
That's a good nightmare voice.
It is a good nightmare voice.
But you can't hear the response. You feel like you'll have to get closer to hear the response.
She'll call down through, says, does anyone speak Arabic?
I do.
You have a friend up here that may or may not want to speak with you.
Is it like a physical friend or like a spirit?
They're not mutually exclusive, and they're probably not going to be very kind in their words.
I'll get down the way if someone else needs to get up in the crawl space.
Is it creepy?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Can I put my hand on the roof and flick it and use my tremor sense to see if there's where the other thing is at, if it's physical?
You can do that. It is not physical, so you don't feel anything up there.
Mark, it's not a body.
Ooh, even better. I'll go up.
So Mark Baby Yoda's his way up the ladder.
Leon will offer his hand when he gets close enough.
Friendship.
I'll take it. If you ever need a job later, by the way, I know a lot of people that are really scared. of pretty much anything said in Deep Old One.
Very well. I'll keep that in mind.
It's a good gig.
Very
So
failure.
Mark, up there, the voice is still speaking in Arabic. It's an older woman's voice, and she's saying, "Leave this place. Leave this place. Run before it's too late."
Ooh, she's telling us to run. Ooh, are you
Can
dead?
you ask what then?
When you answer in Arabic, the voice pauses for a moment, and it says, "I was slain by the one who dwells here."
Ooh, she says that she was killed by the one who dwells here.
Are they here now?
I'll translate that into Arabic.
No, no, she is at the site.
Does this train go to the site?
Not directly. It goes to a place that goes to the site.
Is it easy to find your way from there to the site? The middle point.
The older woman sort of considers that for a moment. You hear her voice sort of reach out from the shadows. She says, "It is easy and hard to travel from there. Easy for the living. Or, sorry. Difficult for the living. Easy for the dead."
Those that walk the cusp. Does it make it a moderate?
I don't know how the Goldilocks principle applies here.
If you're just a little bit dead, maybe if you've got a concussion.
Da da.
What if you're dead on the inside?
Yes.
The light's gone out, but I still work. I'm like a vending machine.
Wow.
I do not know how it works with the living dead. And as she sort of, Mark, please give me a persuasion check.
Yeah. That's a 14.
Awesome. So you start, you're having this conversation with her, and as you sort of make your intentions not, you guys aren't trying to attack her or anything. She does sort of manifest her form slowly out of the shadows, and she's sort of this gnarled, bent, older Arabic woman with a scarf wrapped around her head. She's got this pock-marked, desert-tasted skin, sort of long, crooked fingernails, wearing very traditional garb. And she sort of comes forward, and she'll sit down in the chair that is basically just a human body that's been positioned in the seated position.
Oof.
And she looks over at Mark, since he's speaking her language. "I am Darifa Ibn Qasim. I live here. Who are you, and what is your intention with this illustrious land?"
I feel like this is a moment where Mark would actually say his real name, which just comes out like this screeching, horrific nightmare noise that just instantly brings to mind everything you've ever been afraid of.
She nods. Sort of this crooked smile breaks on her face.
I'll lean down over the hole. Sir, what are our intentions for this illustrious desert? In English.
To drive out the invaders that are here.
To drive out the invaders that are here.
Good answer.
See that you are also attired as a soldier, yet you speak of driving out an enemy. Be you a liberator?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is just for now. Uh, some guy told me I had to wear it, and you know, it bought me a free plane ticket here, and here's pretty cool.
You see, she sort of like gargles and she hawks this huge ectoplasmic loogie on the ground in defiance. She says, "There are no liberators attired as soldiers. You are just conquerors from a different land. So many of you have come through here, saying freedom or a chance to be part of something more. You are no different than those who have come before."
Maybe, but I mean, you're gonna be around a long time. I'm gonna be around a long time. Probably long after all these people are dead. It's gonna be somebody's desert.
It is an incorrect way of thinking. You can't own the desert. You can't own the land. It belongs to the land.
Hallelujah.
They'll try.
You are not providing me with peace, young one.
That's not really my thing. Mostly do the dis-peace thing.
What of your friends? They are also soldiers, conquerors.
I'll lean down. Do any of you identify as conquerors?
No.
No, that is not our purpose here.
No.
What are you telling that ghost?
We're having a wonderful conversation. I think I'm really getting somewhere.
I don't trust that at all.
I don't trust that statement.
And yeah, no, I don't think any of them would say they're conquerors. Are they wrong? Eh. I'm
What
still
do you
not convinced
think?
it matters.
What do you think they would do given the chance to change everything?
Well, they'd probably do it. I mean, I'd do it. Could you imagine how many more nightmares I could do if just everything was nightmares all the time? Or maybe it shouldn't be nightmares all the time. Maybe it'd be better if it was like all rainbows all the time, and then the nightmares would be worse.
I do not think I will gift you with my knowledge. You seem dangerous.
What are you telling this old woman?
The truth.
That's what I was afraid of.
What, you think just because I'm a demon, I would lie to a ghost?
Yes.
I
How
assumed
rude.
that you were a demon. You would lie to whoever you needed to get whatever you wanted.
I find
Maybe it's a little bit prejudiced of me.
that you don't have to lie when you can just
Mhm.
blast people's brains full of nightmares.
Really not selling that as a better point, but
Not
fair
that kind of
enough.
demon.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sure that they, in Arabic again, I'm sure they would like me to convince you otherwise.
I'm gonna kind of knock at the bottom of the stairs. Do you mind if I talk to the ghost?
The shark guy. It's not a shark.
Really set him up for success too.
He's really nice, actually.
Way to edify.
I don't feel like I would fit in this cross space, so I guess my head is just through the bottom port.
She recoils when she sees you.
He's not pretty.
This is a child of Amit. A child of Amit. And she comes over to you. All of you feel this rush of air as she approaches Hobbs.
She'll approach her as she's maliciously approaching Hobbs, hackles at the raised, teeth being shown. Don't run up on my people like that.
It's okay, Mer.
Mer, can you understand what she's saying?
No, sir.
And she leans down to where Hobbs is, and she sort of puts her hands in front of his mouth, and she's almost pleading in front of him. You can intercede. You can let me pass.
Where do you need to pass to, Great Spirit?
Beyond. Intervene. I know that you can speak with Anubis and have him weigh me again.
Those times are over. I do not know if we can contact Anubis for you.
Try, please. Please.
Well, we can try one thing. And is she able to come down
It doesn't seem like she's able to come down.
from that? Okay. Well, here, Great Spirit, please retreat towards the back of the attic.
She backs up, very, very bent, very differential to Hobbs.
Okay. I will go ahead and rip a hole big enough so I can get in the attic.
Better get clear.
And I will go ahead and light a candle and try to do a prayer with her to see if I can reach out to Anubis. I don't know where he's at. Egypt's fallen a long time ago.
Is anybody else participating in the ritual to contact Anubis?
Come on.
I mean, I can't understand anything that's being said, so
Right,
Yeah,
I've got
right.
nothing.
I have little to no magic abilities.
Just repeat after me. Everybody hold hands.
Leon will
Quick Arabic
provide
lesson.
his
Quick Arabic lesson. Repeat this 3 times in a row.
Can I just beam the words into everybody's head?
That's right,
Like-
you can do that.
The
I will
ability
say
to
yes.
speak these words?
If it was a stressful situation, I'd call it a power stunt, but this is not a stressful situation, so I will say yes, you can do that.
All right, yeah. So everybody else, you suddenly know a couple phrases in Arabic, and the ability to actually have the ability to actually form your mouths to make those noises.
What are we supposed to do with whatever the heck it is you just stuck inside my head without asking?
Ooh, yeah, you do have hang-ups about that.
Calm down. We're trying to get some information and help this woman pass.
Well, you could have said that before you just shoved something into my brain.
Whoops.
And
That's like basic training all over again.
I will go and I'm going to assume these are feather pillows. And I'm going to pull a feather out. And I will start saying the prayer, and I will put the feather in one of my hands, and I will ask her to condense her soul in my left hand.
What is the prayer?
That is a good question.
If this classifies as a prayer, Mark is gonna leave.
Myrrh is definitely leaving. That's a quick scramble out of the massive hole Hobbs made, and she'll go sit on the roof of this car.
It's not a prayer, more like an SOS.
It's a request to a deity, not a prayer.
Prayers are requests to deities. What do you?
Yeah, I know. It would definitely qualify as a prayer.
Okay, yeah, it's a prayer. It's a real prayer.
If you're a good Catholic, definitely run away.
Oh yeah, no, she'll go sit on the roof. I'll come
Sorry.
back if people start screaming.
Whoever's not allergic to Jesus, come help me pray.
I look at Hal. What in the?
I'm not certain. I know little in the ways of magic. I'm not certain exactly what's being attempted here. But Mark facilitated this and then left, so I'm very confused as to what's happening. Our other... Well, Leon is still here, right?
Yeah, I'm not left.
What's that?
Hunched in the corner, his head's hitting the ceiling.
Okay, so everyone else who knows anything about magic has left as Hobbs began this. So, Hobbs, what is going on?
I'm trying to help this woman pass.
That's a little vague. Why does everyone else who know anything about magic suddenly flee the scene when you started doing this thing that you're doing?
Because they do not believe in the same gods as us.
As us.
Probably.
As I gestured to the woman.
They believe in the current gods.
He is the way, the truth, and the light.
Stop.
As you hear from the top of the car.
Stop throwing water up here. We're trying to wrap this up.
Well, I'm not certain that I can help you then if I don't share your and the old woman's belief. So.
Okay.
Marcus is like a cat when Myrrh utters that prayer from the ceiling.
I'm actually
Leon?
gonna jump down from the top of the train car and like just go sit on some poor unconscious soldier's body. Harumphy.
Harumphy.
All these holy worshiping risen.
She's
guess.
pacing on the top doing the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Wow, 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 wow. Have some more tentacles. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, giant bugs, is it? Okay, bigger bugs.
I think we're trying to summon more ghosts at this point.
Yeah.
It's lovely to have both an angel and a demon in this group.
Yeah.
I will say something along the lines of kingdoms rise, kingdoms fall, the land is forever. Let the sands of time help this spirit pass on. Anubis judge this heart once more, and I'll ask her to condense her soul into my left hand as I weigh it against the feather in my right.
You hold the feather, you weigh, and sort of you feel a very familiar ancient pool somewhere in the back of your lizard brain, and there's a subtle vibration through the train car, and a couple of golden hieroglyphs appear in front of Hobbs, and her soul slowly shrivels and fades into the palm of his hand. And Hobbs, you feel a burning sensation. And when you open your hand, you see that her soul is gone, but this has been burned into your hand.
That's not good. Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No.
And everybody who is still in that train car, you feel sort of the heaviness sort of alleviate as her haunting presence disappears into the ether.
Well,
this place is a little less scary. Are we done here?
well, I didn't eat her, which means she's a decent person.
That's good.
The bad news is, and I'll go ahead and show my palm to Leon, we have a much bigger problem.
Oh no.
What does that mean, Hobbs?
I roll expertise magic.
Sure can.
29.
It'll only take one wish to change the world.
So Hobbs, looking at the imprint that's been burned into Hobbs's hand, you think that the spirit was relinquishing the last bit of information that she had that Mark couldn't quite get out of her. That the artifact that Dr. Nochin appears to be in pursuit of is a magic lamp, which traditionally contains an imprisoned djinn who, when freed, is willing to grant 3 wishes to whoever opens it.
Yes. Cool. So,
It's not quite as easy as rubbing the lamp. There's a number of arcane wards you had to bypass before you can set the djinn free into the world to grant the wishes for you.
bad news or good news?
Isn't this whole trip a bunch of bad news?
Well, I mean, there's some good news. We have time to stop the bad news, but
Oh, joy.
It's
And so therefore the bad news is
they're going after a magic lamp that, if they free the djinn inside, they'll have the ability to wish themselves victorious and conquer
that cannot be
everything.
allowed to happen.
Thankfully, there are a bunch of wards. It's not as easy as rubbing it, thankfully. And we have to get there before they finish bypassing them.
It took a towns full of people to bypass those wards, you realize?
That's just probably one step.
Yeah, I know. But still.
Yeah. Welcome to...
Where is this lamp, this artifact that they're seeking? It's not here.
No, it's at a site that is apparently hard to get to when you're living. But it is... We take this train to another location, and from there we can get to the site. It is probably where we'll find our lovely necromancer wizard as well.
no,
Yes.
Fisher. I
Hobbs?
don't mean to speak out of turn here, but this is a dangerous artifact. It does not belong to any government, any people, good, bad, neutral, indifferent. This will not end up on the Allies' hands. This will not end up in the Axis' hands. If I need to go AWOL to get rid of this artifact, I will. We're not bringing this back with us.
Since we have not been ordered to retrieve this artifact, we're not violating orders if we do not retrieve it.
We don't mention...
I see the wisdom in what you're saying, Hobbs. Something this powerful should not be in anyone's hands.
It's ruined many nations.
Is Winnie with us in the train car?
Winnie,
It's
stop
not
with the
us.
camera.
In all honesty, knowing it was a necromancer's car, I probably would have not had him come inside until we're
He's currently listening to Mur and Mark squabble.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
He's taking pictures of Mark sitting on people's chests. I forgot he was here, so he's outside.
Or Winnie.
Poor Winnie.
Poor Winnie.
So this train's supposed to take us at least close to the location of this thing?
part of a part of the journey we need to take.
Great.
Are we going to take the train?
I don't see why not.
Is there a reason why we shouldn't?
But weren't we supposed to help with the landing for the rest of the forces?
Do we have any idea how far it is to the next step? Because the landing is some distance behind us, is it not?
It is some distance, but you guys took a truck to get here. It is less than 5 miles away, but it is still a pretty decent trek back. And the truck was definitely swallowed by the earthquake and then the limestone slab.
How, in terms of timetable, how long until the landing is supposed to commence?
Based on the time that you guys have spent here doing your thing, you would guess the boat should be landing in the next 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
I know our guns they have to silence.
well, actually, perhaps. we've technically accomplished 2 of our 3 mission goals, correct? We took out the shore battery and we neutralized
Legionis.
Legionis.
You know, so-
Yep. You guys have taken out the coastal batteries that you were tasked with taking out.
Okay. So
So we could just move on because our orders don't tell us to not, and there's another threat that threatens the whole plan,
I'd say
right?
regardless of orders.
Mer,
we-
how fast do you fly?
I was just thinking if I'm faster than a train, I can work that. So 900 feet around,
Yeah, I believe that's 60 miles an hour.
Speedy.
60 miles per hour. You got it. And then she
And-
can astral project up to 4 miles too. So she can split time or catch back up with you guys on the train.
Well, I was thinking perhaps if you took Private Winnie back to the landing so that he can report that we have accomplished our missions and are pursuing
We
further
can't-
intel into Axis movements, and then catch back up with us. I imagine at 60 miles an hour you can catch that train fairly handily.
Sir, if I can offer another interpretation of our orders
I'm
that
listening.
may help. Would a magical wish-granting genie lamp be considered an enemy paranormal asset?
If they get their hands on it, yes.
if they get it open.
And isn't part of our mission to eliminate enemy paranormal assets? Plus,
That
there's
is-
that necromancer too.
That is also correct. My concern is 1, Private Winnie's safety, and 2, him witnessing things that we may not wish to be reported back.
How about we just have Winnie take pictures of the necromancer's little play cabin?
Are you
Yeah,
guys
that'll-
having this conversation in front of Winnie, or is it?
No,
like-
we're still in the train car.
Okay.
Yeah, she's on the top with her head hanging over, watching them.
We could have Winnie take pictures of the train cabin, and that'll be enough cover to justify what we're doing. And we'll leave the lamp on the need-to-know basis.
I am not comfortable with the quandary of needing to potentially harm an allied soldier to cover what we're about to do.
We shouldn't have to. Additionally,
I can also just erase his memories.
That's true.
Do you not consider that harming him, taking his memories?
I do.
I mean, so it's-
Oh, you don't speak Arabic. No, I don't. Actually, I don't care.
That seems more like it.
Yep.
we're overthinking this at this point.
So
yeah, it is
set,
100% to you guys. Do you guys want to head back
Well,
and support the landings, or you guys
But
want
other
to?
than Murr, I don't know that any of the rest of us could get there in if the landing is happening in 35 minutes. I don't think any of us besides Murr have a hope of getting there in time to assist.
I say Winnie's safer with us, and we can just smash the camera and wipe his mind.
Am I?
It's rather callous disregard for an ally, don't you think, Hobbs?
How
I'm
fast?
talking
am
to
I?
a guy who ate 40 people. I'm okay.
42.
42 people
There
today.
seems to be some confusion. Actions carried out against enemy combatants are not to be considered in the same light as actions carried out for allied personnel.
There will be no more allied personnel if we don't get a move on.
Oh, how fast am I? By the way.
You can fly 8 miles an hour, so 120 feet around.
Okay, that's fast.
Do I have a radio? Being the comms
Yeah,
person.
yeah, I'll say so.
We could just radio back then.
Oh yeah, that's what that backpack is.
Oh yeah, the backpack. Yeah.
Backpack, yeah.
backpack that's bigger than Mark.
Oh, yeah, backpack. Yeah.
We'll go
A
grab it
comms
from where the
backpack.
truck was.
It's not there anymore. Oh god.
You
Come
left
back
the
like
radio on the
Donnelly.
truck.
No, I mean like I put it down next to where the truck was.
Hence it's not there anymore. All right. So what do we want to do?
I guess we're gonna get this train started, are we not?
Okay.
Once Mark has the radio and we can report in that we will not be assisting with the landings, we will proceed to the next objective.
Chasing down the necromancer.
All right.
Do we have a name for her?
Dr. Nochin.
Thank you.
Da, da,
Is-
da, da.
I didn't want to make the full assumption, but I assume whoever letter-headed that was probably them.
Perfect.
Alex, I would like to go over the train with my expertise saboteur and let it basically, I'm going to let Hal know. It's like, I can rig this thing to do all sorts of nasty stuff when we get it to its final destination, if you want me to.
Very good, Trace. Carry on.
Okay.
Perfect. So, Trace, go ahead and give me your expertise saboteur check.
Yep. Working on it. That is 12 for 22.
Perfect. Well, the 22, as you start going down the train, you do think of a couple different ways that you could rig it to explode. You could rig it to have cars detach at key moments along the journey. You also find that the back two train cars are full of people.
Ah.
Oh, get those things out of here.
Yeah.
There's
kinda-
humans in here.
Unhitch
oh.
the-
It's, sir?
Are we already on the way?
Release them. Unhitch the cars.
Yeah, sure. Unhitch the cars, open the door.
Who are they? Are they locals? I mean, I can't speak Arabic, but I can't
I'm,
talk to them.
I'm assuming they're locals.
They are
If they were-
locals. Yeah,
okay.
looking at them, it looks like there are a bunch of locals that are chained up against the wall. A couple of them are sort of chained to the ground with their hands between their feet that are also chained down. And they all look terrified when you guys open the door.
Oh, poor babies.
Oh, look. Normal look I get when wandering the city.
Yeah, when the devil snake lady opens the door, they freak the F out.
Well, Murray, you got some people to take care of.
Mur, Trace, and I will help get them unlocked. If they're locals, I assume they understand basic desert survival things, and we'll just maybe lay low until dark when it's a little safer to move.
Any children?
Yeah, a few children.
She is officially in her happiest place. So this is helping getting them relieved, fluttering wings, play bows, tails in the air, lots of nuzzling, cuddling, reassuring. Can I roll something to inspire happy, warm feelings?
Yeah, happy, warm feelings. I wonder what the check is for that. Let me look at your sheet real quick.
Time.
Well, happy, warm, it's going to be okay feelings, especially once you convert to Catholicism.
Oh, man.
Oh, the colonizer is here. We're safe.
I prefer my old friends.
The American say Deus Vult.
Okay, so Mur, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. I'll give you a +2 bonus for being an adorable dog.
Well, because she's a pup. I'm trying to get back to the screen. Looking at a 20. So 22?
Awesome. 22. The children are definitely excited to see you. A couple of the adults are a little skeptical about you interacting with their kids, but when you don't immediately eat them, they kind of loosen up, and you get there's like 10 kids in this whole mix of the two train cars. They're running around with you. They're having a great time. You see they want to play a couple of different kinds of tag with you, running up to just touch you and run away, giggling.
Oh, tag is great. Oh, yeah. She'll play tag, drop into play bows. She'll mobilize any type of ball or item that she can find. And then she's going to run up and like, can we keep them? Can we keep them?
No, Trooper, we must
no.
let them go. And as you indicated a few moments ago, time is of the essence. We need to move.
Where are we going to leave them? Just here? Or are they
No.
coming with us?
No,
No,
we
they're
can-
not coming with us.
They'll be
Yes.
fine here.
yeah.
These desert
Mur.
people will be able to travel safely now that they've been freed. I imagine it'll be some time before any Axis troops return to this location.
Yeah, Mur, we don't want to take them with us to be used in a ritual to, enslave the whole free world.
Good thing they don't speak English.
Leon will kind of grab a few of the more strong-looking individuals, or those that are less beat up. Point out, the emergency brakes on these train cars and how to use them, So once they're disconnected, they can pull those to slow the train down.
Oh, we're not going to start the train up with this thing's connected. So I've already got it disconnected from the thing.
Okay. Never mind. I thought we were already underway, which is
No. This was before we left because I was trying to
Okay.
figure out how to
Yep.
rig it for all sorts of
Never
saboteuriness.
mind.
Do we
Apologize.
push them back the other way?
Nah, just we leave and it stays here. That's how it works.
And they can stay at their town.
Though once the sun sets, they can move safely out of the area.
Right.
If
So-
none of you guys stop them, a few of the men will go and start to collect the weapons from the fallen Italian and French soldiers.
Do it.
So long as they don't look like they're going to turn them on us.
Trace, give me an insight check.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a 14.
Something in your radicalized mind just feels like it's a bad idea to go give them weapons with the way they were looking at you.
I'm going to walk over and basically bat one out of their hands and just point in the other direction.
They look at you very confused and very offended, it looks like.
They should be able to harm themselves.
Yeah, well, I don't want a gun in my back as soon as I turn the corner. Not happening.
I would say we at least leave them for them.
We're pulling out shortly. They'll be able to scavenge after we've left.
Yep, let's go.
There's even
Get
part of a train station for them to go rest if they want to.
Part of.
Part of, yes.
Fraction of
It's
it.
shade.
It's got a
Sorry
draft.
for destroying your town.
So there are still what, 2 cars attached or 1 car attached to the engine?
Multiples.
So it started. I know there's only 3 on the map, but it goes up pretty much the standard like 10, 12 train cars,
Okay.
and then the caboose on the end.
Okay.
And I've rigged some of them to do all sorts of nasty fun stuff when we get to town if we need them to.
So once we're underway, assuming Mark has called in that we are proceeding deeper in enemy territory, with the rest of the squad in the engine, I will call Hobbs and Mark to a car 1 or 2 back to speak with them.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
This is the principal's car.
Daddy ain't happy.
It is.
Daddy ain't happy.
yeah.
Gentlemen, your conduct in staging areas has been appallingly inappropriate, and I've overlooked a great deal because of your effectiveness in the field. What you do to enemy combatants is the price of war they've paid. However, I don't particularly care for your callous attitude towards Allied troops, especially ones that are largely defenseless and out of their depth on this mission. If anything suspicious should happen to Private Winnie, I will look into it. And if you are guilty of either negligence or treasonous actions, there will be an accounting. Do I make myself clear?
Noted,
Let's-
sir.
Let's
Very
just go
good.
get the lamp.
Hobbs, acknowledge that you have heard my statement.
I will acknowledge that half of us are just lapdogs. There's a literal lapdog out there. So if we make it home, we make it home. But I'll be damned if we get whatever we get from the DMA. I'll just slam the door and leave.
I'm not sure what the life of Private Winnie has to do with your political concerns, but so noted.
I'll catch up to Hobbs and I'll kind of speak quietly, like to him. We need to disappear after all this. I can make that happen.
I'll keep that in mind. Let's just make sure Whitney doesn't get hurt. He's a decent kid at least.
Oh yeah, that's sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, decent.
Decent. Yeah, par. And I guess I'll just sit in the car, wait for the train to take off. With Mark.
Okay.
Wow, that was intense.
Yeah, it was.
One thing I do want to note is that Winnie definitely took pictures of Mur playing with the children.
Aww.
And the second this train takes out, she's definitely going to go in stone shape. And for the 4 miles that she can, her astral projection is going to stay back with them.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are touching my heart.
Aww.
Leon will pull out a flask from somewhere in his backpack, pop it off, take a sip.
Oh. You get to break regulations. I see how it is.
Kind of earned it for multiple reasons.
Right.
I imagine that's about the time that I return to the engine. In fairness, Trace, I believe that all of you enjoy violating regulations on a fairly consistent basis. Let's not quibble over minor alcohol regulations, shall we?
I get to break clothing regulations just because I'm useful in tailed form. That's about all I get away with.
Maybe he's useful in drunk form.
Oh my God.
It quiets the never-ending talk that I hear in the back of my head.
I look at Hal. Really?
Perhaps it's better for everyone if we stay in a hostile situation. That's when you function as a highly efficient military unit. As soon as there is downtime, it seems as though discipline and order are out the window.
He will just put it back. He'll take another sip and then kind of look over at Winnie. You old enough for this?
It's a war, man.
He just chuckles and passes it around till it's empty. I don't care.
Aww.
Everybody gets a good drink on, good
Mm.
smoke on.
Whoever wants to.
I'll put the whiskey in my eye like an eye drop, where there's enough to share.
There isn't.
Awesome. And the train rolls out of the train station. Did you just detach the back 2 cars? Were the in the caboose, I guess, so 3 cars on the back?
Yes, just basically to give them some shelter if they needed it. Not knowing the state of the train station, we didn't really have time to check that out.
Do you want me to leave the necromancer's car here as well, just on the off chance that it could be useful to her?
Nah,
Well, that's why we're taking it with us, so that it's part of the destruction that we wreak when we.
Perfect.
Additionally, it'll be less of a giveaway that
something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We got attacked by the Allies landing on our way here.
That's why we lost the 2 train carts.
Yeah.
Timeline almost checks out.
And with less weight, maybe the engine will go a little faster.
Yeah. I know it's a weird question since all of you guys are sort of weirdly shaped, but is anybody taking an Axis uniform to wear?
Cool. Because I think I'm the most human.
Oh, God forbid I'm a 56 waist. Like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be Anubis forbid?
I mean, he's still
Yeah.
God. Still works.
One of the gods.
God's forbidden.
They're
Yeah.
all out there.
Yeah, I think Leone is probably the only one that could pull off these guys anyway.
We already did it once. We can do it again.
Yeah, Leone.
Cool. So the train picks up speed, starts moving, chugging right on into the desert. You guys go on for a couple of miles. At one point, Mur, your astral projection does slowly fade away from the children, and they all wave at you as you disappear.
Then she'll back into her body, materialize again and just kind of look around like, hey, what did I miss? And if there's nothing, she'll just go find Trace and go sleep by her feet.
Everyone's looking very cross with each other when you come back, I would imagine.
The air is very thick with static electricity.
So feeling that tension, she'll look up like, what's wrong? What happened?
Oh.
They're just some sensitive people in this cart.
Hmm.
We can't say Festimo around some.
Those who stopped it.
She'll drop her head in Trace's lap and look up at her with the big blue doughy eyes and say, you know, they're not all bad, right? Not all of them.
What, the ones in this car?
No, I was talking about the humans. I saw you knock the gun out of the one gentleman's hand.
Yeah, well, giving them a chance to shoot me in the back. You saw what no, you didn't see how they looked at me when I opened the train car. I got that look every day. Every day.
You've
Heck,
got the big
got it from the
dopey
rest of the
eyes.
monsters.
And she nuzzles into you. She says, they fear what they don't understand. That's why it's our responsibility to help them understand.
Yay, our responsibility. Why can't they just think about it from our point of view? How we have to deal with everything that they heap on us.
Because it's hard to understand what you've not been through.
That's right. Leona just took the trauma of almost drowning for you to get you to understand.
It's more than that. But it starts there.
It starts there. So how many people do we need to drown, Mur?
I'm sorry, why are we drowning anyone? What happened?
Compassion.
I left you guys for 4 miles. What happened?
Differences of opinion that aren't going to be solved on the rest of this trip to wherever the heck it is we're going.
People are still getting used to the military's lifestyle.
I, for one, am very excited to see wherever it is that we're going.
Good.
Isn't it a shame there are no windows on this cart for you? You can't even sightsee.
I mean, we're on the engine. We're in different cars now. I think we can
Yeah.
do windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no windows in the Necromancer's car.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
Oh,
should ride
there you go.
long term in the Necromancer's car.
No.
The bad
Oh,
idea.
That's a nice bed.
I think you guys
Yeah, with the
should.
residual.
That's a good bed. I don't know.
Yeah, the residual necromantic BO. No, thank you.
Yeah, if you also want to get cold chills in your soul. by all
Yeah,
means.
really. Oh, thank you.
I mean, while we got the time, Tress, what's your gripe with old Festa?
Oh, you really want to know? You're asking me?
I mean, we may have 10 minutes till we reach our destination.
Maybe.
10 minutes.
Stop making me break character. My character doesn't land.
I mean,
Sorry.
Also,
I am the character who laughs.
Old
Also good
Festima, as you call her, is the reason my life has been a living cluster for the last 17 years. Her little revolution that got her killed took my parents because they decided that, oh yeah, the words that she spoke rang true. And they decided, well, you know what, we'll just go join in the protests. And, you know, oh, well, when protests turned violent and everything else turned violent, there was just death. And there's me left all alone, shuffled from friggin' orphanage to orphanage just because of this. Nobody wanted me. Nobody felt like taking me in. Those that remembered my parents, oh yeah, they helped when I, you know, couldn't hack it anymore because I was too old to stay in the orphanage, too old to do anything, but nobody really wanted what I had. Then the DMA steps in, determines that, oh, hey, your parents were part of this whole thing, so you're a danger to everyone in that godforsaken city. So yeah, put under constant surveillance, every 3-day check-ins, subjected to just so much bile and hate just permeates your flesh. Yeah, so If I have a problem with Festima, it's because of that.
Oh, I agree. She was stupid. The world's moved away from hard power. We can't just kill everything we want to anymore. Did they leave this slaughter protest out of your day one orientation, Mer?
Oh, her ears just fold back and she pretends she didn't hear you.
You become what you fear if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So much hate has been put at you. Is that all you have left?
Maybe.
Barks in the background. Wisdom.
Shut it.
I mean, Mark is right. So is Leo. You can't just run around with this chip on your shoulder.
I mean, you can. It just won't end well.
I mean, yeah, DMAs are how many miles away, and they're still getting to you here in the desert?
I took this because I could get away from the DMA.
No, they're still right here. You're still whining about it.
You know, you're not wrong, but it might take me a little bit longer to get over this. I don't think we're going to solve this with a little bit of kumbaya and this Nazi train engine.
Wars aren't won in a day.
Yeah,
But you
Besides-
do get to blow up the train at the end.
that's true.
Also
Get to
true.
blow up the train at the end. There's
That's
a lot more things. There's a lot more things that I need to blow up, but I'll start.
Cathartic relief, I think it's called.
Mhm.
Leo, I'm sorry.
Of course. No, you're fine. You're very valid for being as angry as you are. But
No,
just
I meant
sitting
about I meant about the regulations.
Oh, it's okay. We all have our moments of that get under our skin and cause us to snap. Mine often aren't things that people see. So,
At least you didn't just tell me to slough it off.
of course.
You'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, about how many times I get that remark.
This is crude.
I know.
But
What about you, Captain Cthulhu? Are the boys treating you differently now that you've seen too much?
the boys back on the air wing?
The boys back everywhere. I assume you have family.
I mean, this is a more recent thing than for most people. I came from an RAF squadron, one of the Eagle ones, back before US joined in. And then you take a dive, and then the dive turns into nothing. And nothing turns into something with yellow eyes. And yellow eyes are the only thing that remain. You never really want to look at yourself again for that reason. It's a different kind of experience. It's not years of hatred, but it's a coming to terms with the changes that you don't have control over.
I'm gonna pour some wine out of this skull.
Necromantic wine.
It's not necromantic wine, it's just wine in a very nice case.
We
You
brought the
consider
scary
us-
magic ladies
It's like
teapot
you-
down here to drink out of.
You consider a skull a very nice case?
I mean,
Wait, never mind.
when you've eaten whole groups of people, one skull isn't gonna give you the willies.
I can't argue with that.
That's
Nothing
yeah,
immortal
that's
will get
fair,
you.
but still.
Come on. And besides, I only eat bad people, mostly.
You only tried to eat them, but I think an argument could be made.
Yeah, that
Right.
wasn't me. That was Rome.
That was Rome.
That was Rome.
Like they say, what happens in Rome?
Gets all your friends eaten.
Yeah, really.
Classic mantra.
Awesome. So the train keeps on rolling. You guys spend a couple of hours moving through the desert, watching the sun come up and watching sort of hit midday. And you guys come rolling up to the train station, still in the middle of the desert. Right around here, about halfway through the journey to Casablanca. And you see that this train station, there is something off about it. looking around, you see that there is sort of this dark, cloudy sky that is erupted over this train station. There's a couple of people in various military uniforms and dressed in local clothes that are sort of milling about. And there's some sort of strange magic in the air that the magic users can easily feel washing over their skin as this sort of cold effervescence. And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
That's not good.
The better cliffhanger than last week.
Ominous.
I second that.
So I'm going to make a note to give everybody one extra hero point to start with at the beginning of next week's session, just because you guys had that wonderful, wonderful role-play interaction there for the last bit of tonight's game. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight here at the Untold Stories Project and our weekly dose of Titan City shenanigans. Your support and viewership is what makes all this possible, and we here at USP appreciate you guys so much. We will return here next week, same bat time, same bat channel, to continue Operation Torch, and we hope you'll join us. Also, be sure to check out Born of Rage, our Werewolf the Apocalypse game run by the fabulous Jonesy on Monday nights, and our podcast, Something Something Dragons, where a group of teenage girls discover the great fun that is tabletop role-playing games. Join our public Discord to keep the conversation going throughout the week. Also, please be sure to visit Fen and Bridget at the Guild of Phoenix here on Twitch and Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Art over on Facebook. Be on the lookout in the next few weeks for event sign up at UConn. I personally will be running 7 events at the convention, so if you ever wanted the chance to play on one of my games, that's the perfect spot. I'll be running a Guardians of the Galaxy game, a Fallout 4 game, a Suicide Squad game, 2 Titan City Chronicles games, a Quantum Black game, and a Harley Quinn game. So I will be a busy boy that weekend.
I am running 2 games at UConn. I will be running a Rocketeer Corps game, and I will also be running a Warehouse 13 Savage Worlds investigative game.
I want to run something, but I don't know what yet.
I think Bridget's running stuff at UConn as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a homebrew Carousel of Fears, post-apocalyptic Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. You guys get stuck in an abandoned carnival, and then hopefully everyone goes insane and dies. And then I'll also be running Hope's Last Day out of the Alien RPG.
Oh, Hope's Last Day is great.
Hope's Last Day is a good time.
Yep.
I don't know. The last time I played Aliens, it was a great time, but it wasn't a good time.
Sorry.
Braden's probably going to run something too. I keep volunteering for it at the end of every one of our sessions.
I noticed that.
So yeah, come out. USP will also be doing a couple of special streams leading up to the convention, so we really want to support them in a huge way. It's going to be a big convention. It's one of the best small conventions I think ever.
Agreed.
Please stick around. We will be rating. What's the name of the group? Sweet Salty Gaming.
Salty Sweet Gaming, I think.
Salty Sweet Gaming.
Oh,
It's completely
Alex, you
different.
dropped it.
That's my bad.
You have the outro and everything.
So once again, thank you all for tuning in. Please remember that heroes wear masks and Black Lives Matter. Thank you again, and good night.